YouTube channel dedicated that shit.
Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We are in trial. Trying to get off on this charge. We don't know if he's going to get off. Get off. It's early in the morning for getting off. No, it's not. Just kidding.
Wednesday, June 3rd. In the event we are still here, we'll make every effort. We will adjourn in order for or start later. We'll work around it. Wow, I have trouble spitting that out, but we'll make the appointment happen. How about that? All right. Stay ready to see.
Stay ready, Your Honor.
All right, next week.
Stay close, Jasmine Broadwater.
All right, we are starting. So yesterday we heard from two really impactful witnesses.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony given this case to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you, please have a seat. Witness stand and state your name for the record. Jasmine Broadwater.
Hey, please court.
Yes, Ms. Lisa.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, how you doing?
I'm good. Would you mind just telling us where you're from?
Born and raised here in Columbia. I currently live now in Michigan,
What took you to Michigan?
job-wise.
Where do you work?
I work for the Department of Veteran Affairs.
When did you move to Michigan?
I moved to Michigan 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Where did you live before that? Here?
I lived here.
Where at? Abouts?
I live
Good
in
morning.
an apartment complex, Brookside Crossing.
How are you, Gwen?
Okay, so pretty close to where all this happened.
Yes, sir.
And so were you living there on May
First
28th,
witness.
2023?
Yes.
Okay. Could you walk us through what you were doing that day?
That day I had family from Michigan in town, and we were on our way going out to eat when we saw the incident occur.
Who was with you?
My aunt from Michigan.
Anybody else?
No, just me and her.
Were you guys driving together separately?
We were driving together. She was driving.
She was driving. Okay. What kind of car were you in?
We were in, it's a Cadillac SUV, one of those new models.
Mhm.
It was her vehicle.
Do you remember if your windows were up or down?
They were half cracked.
And were you pulling out of, like, where were you pulling out of what subdivision or neighborhood?
We were pulling out of Brookside Crossing, leaving out, trying to make a right.
You and your homemade
Yes, ma'am.
stuff.
I'm going to show you what's already in evidence as states.
I don't. I have time on my hands.
I am unfortunately lacking in the height department.
Like
So
I keep
even with this great piece of art,
you do you.
I may not be able to point exactly to where I'm indicating, but if you need me to specify, I will let you know.
This is my
Are you
homemade. See this packet?
So could you tell us
This
roughly
Asian
where
market.
your neighborhood was?
It's not just of my homemade.
The neighborhood is right there.
Right
That's
there.
considered, yes, that's considered Brookside Crossing.
Okay. And were you pulling out of this area?
Yes, we were pulling out, making a right.
Okay, so you're coming this way.
Yes,
All right, and then this is the gas station. So,
correct.
okay, so whenever you were pulling out this way, did anything draw your attention to the right?
No, we were just pulling out. When I turned my head to the right, me and my aunt, that's when we saw the incident occur.
Okay. Stephanie, can we do 26? I'm going to show you what's also in evidence. It states 26. So this is, with what direction is this? Is this towards where you're coming out of or away?
This is towards, so as you come, this will be my right, so it's coming out up there where the tree is at. That's,
Okay, so you would have been
Oh, I
down over
totally
here.
understand. That's why I was late.
Oh, I know.
And I was so like
Okay, okay.
blah.
Do 27.
Almost didn't do the live.
Is this the same rough?
correct, where that truck is at, that's where we were coming out.
Okay, okay. And can you check for me? What direction is this pointing on Spring Tree?
So with the car being this way, it will be to my right.
Okay, so this would be
This would
roughly
be,
where you were coming out of?
I was on the passenger side, so that's to my right.
You said you were on the passenger side?
Yes.
So whenever you were coming out, you said were you just looking for cars, looking if anything was coming so you could pull out?
Yes, sir.
And whenever you looked to the right, what did you see?
When we looked to the right, I seen a young man running. I heard a pop sound, and my aunt, we looked, we said, "What is that?" We saw the young man go down to the ground, and we saw the older man had
Yep.
a gun in his hand pointed in a gun stance.
All right, let's walk through that just a bit slower for the jury. Okay.
That's definitely
So you
how
said you saw a young man running. Do you remember what he was wearing at all?
Yes, he was wearing a red hoodie, black basketball shorts, white long socks.
Do you know how close everybody was? Were they pretty
Not
close, pretty far away
I don't
to each
know
other?
what word is I'm looking for.
Close. Okay. So whenever you looked over there, did you see the young man carrying anything?
No.
Okay. You said you heard a pop. Did you recognize what that sound was?
Not at first until I seen him hit the ground.
Okay. And when you saw Cyrus hit the ground, what did you see anybody else doing at that time?
First, me and my aunt, we were just staring. We saw the older guy had his gun pointed still, and I believe his son was running behind him. He had came to a stop as well.
You said the guy was holding a gun. Do you know who that guy was?
The store owner of the Shell gas station.
Okay. The man sitting over at that table?
Yes.
Compared to Cyrus, how big were Mr. Chow and his son? Were they bigger, smaller, same?
Mr. Chow, he's pretty small, and he kind of got a little weight on him.
Okay. So after you realized that a shot had happened, what did you guys do?
We stopped. My aunt said, "Jazz, he just shot that boy. You need to call the police." We're both about to call them, so we both put on our cell phones.
Cool.
We called. My aunt said, "I just want to make sure we're seeing what we see." So we drove out real slow, and we still see Cyrus on the ground. Looked like he was trying to push himself up, like how somebody's doing push-ups, but they're shaking really bad. And he propped back down on the ground and started banging on the ground like in pain.
So at that point, were you still sitting at this intersection that we have right up here, or were you
We
moving?
were moving real slow because we wanted to make sure we saw everything. And that's when I got on the phone with 911 and explained to them, like, "Hey, we just saw the gas station owner shoot a young boy." And then my aunt, she said, "We need to get out of here." So we drove up to an empty parking lot near where the old Columbia Mall is at. And 911 had me on hold for a long time. So we hung up and we called again.
Whenever you were driving by, did you see Mr. Chower's son doing anything?
He was standing with his hands on his hips like he was trying to catch his breath.
Okay. Now you said you drove past this incident location and you parked somewhere, a mall, you said?
Yes, so it's further up the street.
Okay.
So once we drove out, we went further up, passing the gas station, making our right and going to an empty parking lot.
Okay. And when you parked there, did you call 911 again?
Yes, because they had me on hold.
And after you talked to 911, where did you guys go?
Me and my aunt, we went to go get something to eat because that was our plan. That's why we were leaving the neighborhood. We went to go get something to eat. We ate. By the time we came back, it was dark outside. My aunt said, hopefully everything is fine by the time we come back. But by the time we turned down to where my neighborhood was at, the street was blacked out and we saw nothing but blue police lights.
When did you talk to law enforcement about what you saw?
Once I had my aunt go back into my apartment, I told her I'll be back. I need to go speak to somebody, let them know what I saw. When I went out of the neighborhood, it was kind of hard to come out. And
I wonder
saw
if
a police officer.
Kim
I said, "Hey,
court
what
thing
happened
went.
to
We haven't
the
seen
young
the
man
girl
that
out here.
was here? I seen an
Hopefully
incident
she'll
that
be back.
happened." He asked me, "Did you see what happened?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, did you file a report?" I said, "No, not yet. I'm just letting you know what I saw." And he said, "Okay, somebody will get in contact with you."
Okay. Did you talk to law enforcement the next day then?
I did.
Court's indulgence?
Yes, sir.
Where's the girl that was giving him CPR? When are they going to call her to the stand? the girl that was running in the workout clothes. I'm waiting for her. Because I bet she
Just
has
2 more questions for you, ma'am. Whenever you
What
were pulling
say?
out, who did you see holding a gun?
Mr. Rick.
Did you see Cyrus holding anything?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor. Please answer any questions from the defense.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ms. Brownwater, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
she's pretty.
Get some pleasantries. The two of us have never met. Is that a fair statement?
That's correct.
Lord, another
Madam Court Reporter next to you is taking down every word that you're saying. I always go through this with everybody. And she can't take down head nods and shakes and things of that nature. You understand that?
I understand.
2, she can't take down if the two of us are talking over one another. So if you'll give me the opportunity to ask my question, I promise you I'll give you the opportunity to answer. Is that fair?
I understand.
And finally, sometimes I've been known to speak way too fast. And if I speak too fast and you cannot understand my question, if you ask me to repeat it, I promise you I will. Is that fair?
That's fine.
Okay, so I want to make sure I get a little background. What part of Michigan? I went to law school in Michigan. So what part of Michigan?
I currently live in Clinton Township.
How long did it take you to get there? Drive, fly?
I drove.
Oh my God, I've done that drive. It is not an enjoyable drive whatsoever.
No.
I know it's not. What is that? 15 hours?
10
Did you make it in less than 10? Or did you go the speed limit the whole way?
whole way. Whole way.
Jasmine, I really don't have a lot of questions for you. I really want to talk about everything that happened that day. Do you understand?
Understand.
And if I'm not mistaken, you feel free to correct me where I'm wrong, this was definitely an emotional situation. Is that, remember the, is that yes?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
And if I'm going through your testimony correctly, the first thing you did was call 911.
That is correct.
And that's when emotions were still going high and heavy. Do you remember that call to 911?
Correct. Yes.
And you talked to the 911 operator?
Yes.
You remember a conversation with the 911 operator?
Yes.
And that was as close to the time as possible. Is that correct? And do you mind if I call you Jasmine?
That's fine.
Okay. And that was close to the time as possible, correct, Jasmine?
Correct.
And when we talked to the 911 operator, do you remember specifically how you did not actually see the shooting?
I stated in my 911 call, I said, I think I saw it. And then my aunt was behind me, as you can hear in the 911 call. She said, no, Jasmine, he did shoot that boy. And I said, yes, he did.
Okay. And I want to go through some of that, and I'm not trying to track you. I want to make sure I understand. And I think that is exactly what I heard on the 911. But when you were talking to the 911 operator, you initially said, I didn't see anything, correct?
No, I said, I think I saw.
You think you saw. You were not positive when you talked.
Correct. Because my emotions gone.
Fresh to the incident as possible, close to possible, emotional situations,
Correct.
and then you utter what you remember to the 911 operator, fair?
Correct.
And then you said, I think I saw, is that what you just said?
Yes.
And then somebody in the car told you you actually did see. Is that what your testimony just was?
Yes.
And a lot of that 911 call, and Jasmine, you had opportunity to hear your 911 call.
Correct.
Okay, and so I'm not tricky or anything, so I'm gonna ask you questions. And would you agree with me, a lot of that 911 call were things like you just said, I think I saw this may have happened, it was stuff like that. I think they call it equivocation. Do you agree with that?
Agree.
Okay. And then when the dispatch, the officer dispatch, whatever they call those 911 officers, they ask you a question. Did you see him shoot the boy, or did you just hear the gun go off? And your response was, we just heard the gun go off, and then we happened to see the owner pointing the gun at the boy while he was on the ground. You remember that?
Correct.
Okay. And so what you're telling them, and I think you had described, maybe you thought they might have been fireworks because you weren't sure what they were. Does that sound about right?
Correct.
And then later, I think you gave two different statements. I don't want to say different, because it sounds like I'm accusing you. You gave two additional statements. Is that
That's sorry. Yes.
that's a yes? You gave two additional statements.
Yes.
And each statement after that first 911 call, would you agree, got a little more detailed?
Yes.
And this was after you had met with law enforcement?
The next day,
Yes.
that's when I met with law enforcement.
And I want to make sure I understand, you also testified, you also gave the law enforcement, or one of these interviews that you gave, you specifically saw Mr. Chow toss the gun away?
I'm not sure if it was a gun. I remember when my aunt and we was driving slowly away.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chow still had his gun pointed at him while Cyrus was on the ground. He still had his gun in his left hand. He squat down, he grabbed something off the ground, tossed it, and then put his right hand back on the gun, still pointed at Cyrus as he was on the ground.
Okay, so to repeat my question, you saw him toss something away, but you're not sure what it was.
Not sure what it was.
You don't remember if you told 911 or one of the other subsequent interviews that it may have been a firearm?
No.
Okay. And I'm not saying you did, I'm just asking the question. You understand, I'm not trying to
Correct.
trick you or anything like that, Jasmine. And Jasmine, do you remember doing or giving a diagram to law enforcement about where you saw the bodies?
Correct.
And they went through and you gave an identification where you saw everybody on the scene?
Yes, that's correct.
And you may or may not know, and don't answer the question if you do not know. Are you aware that the diagram and the identifications of where you put the bodies would have been after the shooting occurred?
Yes.
Okay. Which would have been consistent with you seeing the end of the shooting and maybe not the beginning or during?
No.
And possibly going in conjunction with your 911 call, which you originally told the 911 operator that you did not see the actual shooting, and maybe you just saw the aftermath of that.
So I want to make sure I answer this correctly.
Yeah, please. That was, remember those long questions I told you about?
Yeah,
that?
I want to make sure I answer this
Take
correctly.
your time, please.
So, as I stated, when I turned my head to the right,
Yes, ma'am.
we heard a pop. Me and my aunt said, "What is that?" We saw Cyrus go down. That's when I seen Mr. Rich had his gun pointed. And that's when my aunt said, "He just shot that boy. We need to call 911." And we both called 911. That's when my aunt took her time to drive out slow to make sure that we saw everything. And we, as I stated, he still had his gun pointed in the back of Cyrus.
I think you answered my question absolutely perfectly. Thank you so much. And are you going back to that
Yes.
right after this?
Mm-hmm.
I pray for your drive safe.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I appreciate it.
Thank
You
you.
feel ready?
No further questions, John.
Very good, Mr. Crawford. You can step down. Thank you for being here.
Now I bet they call her mama.
Ready to call next witness?
Yes, sir. State calls Devontae Bryant.
There was a lot of witnesses.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're giving in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Witness stand and state your full name for the record.
My name Devontae Bryant.
Sorry about that. How old are you?
33.
Okay. Are you employed?
Yeah.
Where do you work?
Rutherford Company. It's a company out of
Second?
Rutherford Company.
Where do you live?
Hopkins, South Carolina.
Yes, speak up a little bit. I'm kind of-
Hopkins.
Hopkins, okay. Where did you
Right,
go?
if you'll speak up a little bit for us, our court reporter here is taking down everything you say. So make sure you say yes, no, answer verbally. You know, we all understand what you mean when you nod your head, but make sure that you speak up a little bit, so you have to make a record of everything.
Okay.
All right?
Devontae, where did you grow up?
Like Fairrow area. I grew up in Bethel Bishop Apartments.
What are the Bethel Bishop Apartments?
It's meaning what?
What are they?
I mean, so today they still consider it as like the worst, one of the worst neighborhoods in Columbia.
Okay.
Things like that.
Is it a high crime area?
Yeah.
All right. Is it low income kind of housing?
Yeah.
Um, did you witness crime when you were growing up there?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay. Did you ever see teenagers with firearms?
Yes.
Was that common or uncommon in your experience?
Common.
Okay. Why do 14-year-olds have guns?
I mean, it's like,
You know, I'm gonna object to that. Why is that education? I say right then, this is definitely not an expert.
I will allow it to the extent you can speak from personal knowledge, but not to speculate about the general population.
Yes, sir. You were a 14-year-old kid once, is that correct?
yes.
We just carry them around.
In your experience, did you ever see other 14-year-olds or other youths with firearms?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever, I'm just asking, honestly, did you ever have a chance to hold a gun when you were underage?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you feel compelled to hold a gun or carry a gun?
I mean, just seeing the stuff that's around me, trying to, fit in with people, and then, like growing up, you want acceptance. You want to be cool with everybody. You want everybody to like you. You want everybody to be around.
Okay.
So you, follow what's going on.
All right. So in your experience in the areas you grew up with, guns were cool.
Yeah.
And would you have certain cachet? Do you know what that means? Would it help your reputation sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can you explain that?
I mean, it's like I said, it's more like it's a acceptance thing. That's what it'll help with. Kids being cool with you, you being cool with other kids, you having an influence. You just not being talked about in how they say, a lane way with kids. You want to be popular or things like that.
Okay. So in your experience growing up in the Bethel Bishop, was it common or uncommon to see people who were under the age of 18 with guns?
Common.
Okay. High crime area, Bethel Bishop. You yourself have been in some trouble. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. And got to ask you about some. I've got, as far as criminal convictions, in 2017, you got in a little bit of trouble, or maybe a lot of trouble. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I see a conviction for an accessory after the fact to a felony.
Yes, sir.
Did you plead guilty to that?
Yes, sir. I did.
Who is this
they
guy?
gave me 5 years for that.
Okay. I
You just
see
live
that
in the
you were
neighborhood?
Convicted of a possession of a stolen vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I see that you got convicted of an auto breaking. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And let's say that was about 9 years ago that you pled guilty. I don't know when did the crimes occur?
I can't remember exactly, but all of that, I played to all of those in one.
Okay. And that was 9 years ago, 2017?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to 3 years ago, May 28th, 2023. You remember that date?
Yes, sir.
You remember what you were doing on that day?
Yeah, I was going to my brother's house. Her brother's. I was meeting my girlfriend at her brother's house.
Okay. You meet your girlfriend
At her brother's house.
I got you. Okay. And where did your girlfriend's brother live?
Greenbrier Apartments off of Park Lane.
Okay. Had you been to the Greenbrier Apartments before?
Yes, sir.
Was that an area you were familiar with?
Yeah, kind of. Just like going to his house, and her mom stays up the street.
Okay. What were you driving at the time?
White Honda Accord.
All right. Do you remember what direction you were? I guess you would have turned off Park Lane Road.
Yeah, I was coming from the interstate, which is by the Circle K.
Okay. So then you would have taken a left or a right onto Spring Tree.
All right.
Right. Okay. Let me 14. All right. Do you recognize what we're looking at in stage 14?
Yeah.
Okay. So If I understand you right, what is this building with the red?
That's the gas station.
All right, did you see me about that?
Yes.
So you were coming up Park Lane and taking a right,
Yes.
okay? 650. All right, keep going, 16. Okay, and this, where that car would have been, you were just going up and you would have taken a right?
Yeah, where that gray car is.
Okay. So let me have slide 20. All right, have you seen this video before, state slide 20?
Yeah, I think you should.
Tell me if you see your car and just let me know when you see your car in this video.
So the judge blocked Rick Chow's full statement from being played in court.
Right there.
That's you up there, that white car?
Yeah.
Okay, play it. Okay. And did that show you on Park Lane taking a right on Spring Tree?
Yeah.
Who was in the car with you?
Just me.
All right. What did you see?
When as I turned, once I got like maybe by what's that stuff? An entryway in the parking lot for the store.
Uh-huh.
There was the young boy and it was two people chasing. And by the time I got close by the entrance, he had ran out of shoe. You know, like ran across the street. They still chasing him. He stumbles and falls. He's trying to get back up. He making up.
Wait, let me stop you real quick. You talk about the young boy. Did you see the young boy you're describing in that video?
Yeah.
Stakes number 20?
Yeah.
Okay. What was he wearing?
A hoodie.
Okay. Then you said they were chasing him. Who was they?
The man and his son.
Okay. Had you ever seen any of these people before?
No.
Okay. The man and his son, do you know who that man is now?
Oh yeah, now.
Okay. And who was that man?
His name Chow.
Okay. Do you see him here?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is he?
Right there with the glass.
So Rick Chow and his son, and Rick Chow's son were chasing the red shirt boy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the boy in the red? Do you know him now to be Cyrus?
Yeah, now.
Okay. If I call him Cyrus, would you know him talking about?
Yeah.
Did you get to see Cyrus's face when he was running?
Just this side when they crossed the street. And yeah, the right side of his face as I was advancing up Spring Tree.
Okay. What, if anything, did Cyrus have in his hand?
A book bag?
Okay. Okay. What else did he have in his hand? Anything?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. And how close did Cyrus, Rick Chow, and Andy Chow get to you while you're driving down Spring Tree?
Real close. I had to hit my brakes because if I wasn't paying no attention, I could have hit one of them. That's how close they was to my car.
Okay. So they ran in front of your car?
Yeah.
Okay. As they crossed Spring Tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to see any kind of facial expressions that Cyrus was making?
No, not really. No.
Okay. What did you think when you first saw Rick Chow and his son Andy? Did Rick Chow and his son Andy, did they appear to be adults or did they appear to be young adults?
No, adults. And I thought that maybe it was the police maybe chasing him because when he was running, I could see his holster, you know, like, and I see people on the pictures in front of the stores for stealing, not being chased. So at first I was thinking that he was maybe a police officer.
Yes.
Why did they ask him about his criminal background? He's just a witness. His criminal background has nothing to do. I'd be pissed. No, the jury does not need to know about his criminal background. That is messed up. He is a witness. They don't need to know anything about him. And they didn't need to be asking him questions about, did you carry a gun when you were a teenager and all this kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with nothing. He literally is somebody who was driving by the scene and he saw stuff, and that's all they needed to ask him about. That is messed up. This whole line of questioning is messed up on both sides. They are trying to paint these people to look some type of way. I don't appreciate this at all. Yeah, I know, but this is the prosecution. Why is the prosecution asking these kind of questions to this guy? He's a witness. But they don't need to be asking him about his criminal background. That's messed up.
What you observing, okay? What you're observing right then and there. You said you thought it looked like, or you thought it was the police chasing the boy.
Yeah.
Cyrus. And you thought that because what did you see on Rick Chow?
I seen a holster with a gun in.
And that was it.
I mean, I guess they're trying to get ahead of what the
Yeah, like
defense is
shirt
going to
was
ask,
strapped
but
up.
I don't think that should be allowed. That's rude.
Did Cyrus appear to be an adult or?
No, you could tell he was a kid.
All right, where was I? Let me see slide 24.
I just think that's messed up. That's not appropriate. So what? He's a witness. He's not one of the involved parties. That's different if he was one of the involved parties, but he's not. That's messed up.
All right, who's that white car that just stopped?
That's me.
Where about? Okay, play that back up a little bit, Stephanie, where this car goes by. All right, play. Okay, what are you doing there?
I'm slowing down because they running across the street.
Okay. If you hadn't slowed down, what was your fear that would happen?
I would have hit one of them.
Okay. You're driving up Springtree going to your girlfriend's brother's house. Were you expecting 3 people to run across the path of your car?
No.
Okay. Slow down, almost to stop. Is that what we just saw?
Yes.
Okay. And then when you go out of view of this camera shot, this is states 24. What are you doing next as you're driving?
Driving real slow, paying attention to the 3 people that's running.
Okay. Did you drive behind them or did you sort of pace them? You know what pace means?
Yeah, pace them.
Okay. Or did you go on ahead of them?
No, pace them.
All right. Why did you pace them?
They was chasing them, so I was really trying to see what was going on. And like I said, at first I thought it was like the police chasing somebody.
Okay. Well, you're in the right lane of travel, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. And so are they on, as you're pacing them, are they on your left or are they on your right?
They're on my left.
Okay. And are you focusing on the road or are you focusing on these people that just ran out in front of your car?
The people.
Okay. Did you have a good vantage point or a bad vantage point?
Good.
Okay. Why are you focused so much on the people instead of the road in front of you?
Like I said, trying to see what's going on. And then once he fell.
Wait, we're gonna get there.
Okay.
From that vantage point, did you ever see Cyrus pull anything out of his pocket?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see anything? Did he lose any clothing while you were watching him?
Shoe?
You saw him lose a shoe?
Yeah, he had a white Air Force One on.
Okay. Did he stop to get his shoe or did he continue running?
He kept running.
Okay. Did you see him drop any other things while he was around the shoe?
No.
Okay. Did you see him throw anything?
No.
Okay. Stephanie, can we play slide 21?
See, this kid didn't start running until he realized they were chasing him. He looks over his shoulder. He's like, holy crap, they're after me. Look, see? He stopped even. He paused.
All right. Is that what you're describing, what we just watched in that video?
Yeah.
Stephanie, can you go back maybe like 5 seconds or so? Put the cursor here. All right, I want you to focus, Devontae, on this area. Okay. And I want you to speak up if you see your car or when you see your car.
Okay.
All right?
Now.
That's you?
Yeah.
Okay, so were you in close proximity to them or were you a great distance from them?
Close.
Was your vantage point good or did you have a poor vantage point?
Good.
Okay. And your testimony was you continued to pace them as they ran up the road?
Yes.
All right. He lost his shoe at some point. Had he already crossed Springtree or was he still in the parking lot side of Springtree?
No, he lost his shoe before he crossed the street.
Okay. And then you're saying he continued across the street?
Yeah.
Okay. What, if anything, happened to his book bag?
I wouldn't have known. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have known if anything happened because once it fell, he didn't pick it back up.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's go ahead then and get to what you're talking about where he fell.
Okay.
Tell us what
Oh,
you
Gwen, I
observed
didn't
about
tell
him
you.
falling.
Okay, so when
I've been watching
he fell, once he-
after
he
school
got
specials.
Okay.
it was something over there that it looked like he had to trip up over or something.
You remember those?
You saw him trip?
Yeah.
Okay. And were Rick Chow and Andy Chow in front of him when he tripped or were they still behind him?
Behind him, but they was real close up on him when he tripped.
Okay. So when he tripped, how would you describe the fall?
He fell hard. The first fall was real hard.
Okay. Did he try to get back up or did he get back up?
Yeah, he tried to get back up, but it was more so of a stumble versus him standing straight up.
Okay. Did you see the book bag again after he got up?
No, it was on
No,
the
you remember those after school specials when we'd come home from school and they'd have those
Did you see anything in his hand at this point?
No.
like
Was
warning
he able to
shows
get back up on his feet?
Yeah.
in the 80s, 70s, and 80s.
It's like he stood up almost all the way up.
Don't get in the car with
Maybe took a
hitchhikers. Don't
step,
hitchhike.
if that, and that's when he shot.
Okay. And then what happened?
Like Cyrus fell. Once he fell, he was trying to like roll himself over, but I don't know if he could or not. But he was like
Yeah,
putting
crazy.
his hands up as he was
Basically
trying to-
scare the hell out of you shows.
Okay.
But you could tell he was still out of breath. Like he was still breathing real hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching old stuff. Just don't make it like they used to. I swear I sound so old.
Okay. Yeah, that states 25. You recognize what we're looking at here?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the spot where you remember him taking that first fall?
Yeah.
Okay. Judge, I think probably with court permission, Devontae could step down and point out. Okay.
I still don't understand the relevance of this guy's background. Yeah, I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube.
All right, Devontae, all right, so this is, where, on States 25, is the gas station in front of us or behind us? Okay, and if we're right here, do you see spot you were just describing where Cyrus took that initial fall. All right, can you point to it with the pointer?
Yes. He took that first one, she fell, he hit the ground real hard.
Okay. And speak up too, so she.
Yeah, I said he was up there, he hit the ground real hard. That's when he first fell.
Okay, point to it again.
So he probably didn't toss the backpack. He probably lost it when he
So-
fell.
He was in the road and then he falls into the grass, or he falls into the road?
No, he was in the grass and he fell into the grass, like on the side. He never
Okay.
got back in the room.
I got you.
Once they crossed the street this way.
See, the
he
defense
never
made it
went
sound
back.
like he was tossing stuff. Why
All
would
his
he
movement
toss?
was on the side of the road.
He
I got
didn't have anything.
Wait, he's running up the road, and does he trip over the curb, or did you see what he tripped over?
No, I couldn't tell what he tripped on.
Okay, but he fell towards the grass.
Yeah.
All right, and at this point, when he trips, where's Rick Chow? Can you point to where he is?
He's like right behind. So if Cyrus trips up in here, Rick Chow.
Can you say about how far behind him he was?
Maybe 2 feet, if that.
So he's right up here.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you're Cyrus, he's about this close.
Yeah.
All right, where is Andy Chow? Rick Chow's son.
And when Cyrus fell, he's beside.
Okay, these two, Rick's behind him or to the side?
Beside of who, the son?
Yeah.
No, they side by side almost.
But they're right back in 2 feet or so is what your testimony is?
Yeah.
Okay, so about the distance, maybe give or take.
Yeah, give or take about this distance. Yeah.
Okay. Did they do anything to him while he's on the ground?
No,
Okay. Did you see anything in Cyrus's hand at that point?
no. Just the book bag had filled.
Okay. Did Rick and his son Andy allow Cyrus to get back up or attempt to get back up?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happened?
So once he get back up, like I said, he fell. He's trying to get upright, but he stumbled after the second fall.
Okay.
And as he's trying to get up after that last stumble, he's trying to stand straight up so he can keep advancing because he's trying to get away from him. He's not once like trying to turn around or trying to go toward the street. He's trying to get to the apartments. He's going straight up.
Okay. That's what it appeared to be, that he was trying to get to those apartments. And what are those called again?
Brookside.
Okay, that's what it appeared to you, that he was trying to make his way to those apartments?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable kind of demonstrating what you're talking about? I think I know, but you say he hits the ground and he's trying to get up and go, but he's stumbling. Can you kind of demonstrate that to the jury? Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah. Okay, so the first fall, when he falls, it's like he completely falls all the way down almost.
All right, chest to the ground.
Yeah, and then he gets up, and as he's, like I say, he getting up, but he's moving so fast, he's stumbling.
Okay.
So after the last stumble, it's like he's trying to get completely standing upright. So he maybe took a step or two after that, then that's when the shot went off.
Okay.
Oh, so
And
he
That
never.
was the second fall.
Yeah, well, you can say it's the second fall, yeah.
Okay. Did he ever get back up again after that?
After the shot, no.
Okay.
After he
So his
fell.
back was turned.
And you're saying you saw him roll around
And he's like he was trying, after he fell on the ground from being shot, it's like he was trying to turn over with his hands.
Okay. You take. Did you see anything in his hand at that point?
So he didn't even barely get up off the ground.
Do you recognize this little area behind these trees to be where Cyrus came to rest?
Yeah, like on the left side of those trees, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right. Zoom back out a little bit.
Yeah, he wasn't even off the ground.
All right, so
He
I
was
just wanna be
still-
clear, correct me if I'm wrong, but you say the first time he fell, it was somewhere in this area.
Yeah.
And what I understood you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, was that Rick Chow and his son were somewhere in this area behind him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, that's where they found the shell casing was far back.
No,
Did you ever see Andy Chow out here in the road?
no.
Your testimony is that the two of them were, correct me if I'm wrong, I want you to just, I don't want to put any words in your mouth. But if Cyrus fell right here, you saw Rick and Andy side by side, I think you said this kind of area.
Yeah.
And why did you have such a good vantage point again?
I was in the road, and like I said, I was just staring at it. It was, I don't remember a car being in front of me or behind me, so I was driving real slow, just watching him the whole time.
Mm.
Devontae, did you stay on scene after this?
Not really on scene. After the situation happened, I rolled back past. I saw all the, like older ladies around me. Then I went to the car wash up the street. That's where I still was on the phone with my mom. I was telling her what was going on, just trying to get my head on straight. And then I went right back down.
Okay. So where did you turn around? Did you ever go to your girlfriend's, I'm sorry, your girlfriend's brother's apartment?
No, I never made it.
All right. And did they live in this apartment that's over here to the left?
No, they live in the one that's all the way back.
Okay. Does this Spring Tree dead end into that apartment?
I would say because Greenbrier is the last apartment back there, and I don't know if they have a back entrance. I think it's just a front entrance.
Is that Greenbrier?
I can't really tell from that picture.
So, but if I understand, you were going this way. Is this the driveway you turned around in to go back down after you saw the shooting?
Yeah, I think
turned around and looked at
they didn't
that.
need to chase it. There was no need for all that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you just abandoned your plans to go
There really was no need.
Yeah.
to your girlfriend's brother's house?
Yeah,
Why did you abandon those plans?
because of the situation that happened.
Okay.
And the defense
Said you
can't
left.
justify it. There's just no
Yeah, that's
justification.
But
Because-
you did return and speak?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no justification.
Yeah.
Okay. And
There just
did you
isn't.
know any of these people before that day?
No.
Devontae, please answer any questions that Mr. Kent has for you.
They didn't go in and rob the place. They didn't know he had a gun. They didn't know. I mean, none of these things were relevant. None of this is relevant to the situation. They asked him before he left the store, "Did you take anything?" He said no. He casually walked out. None of this matters. This is all a non-issue.
We'll be back out at 10:45. Got some technological issues that we need to work through. So we'll take about a 15-minute break and we'll see you shortly. Do not discuss the case. And
Yeah, this is-
don't discuss your
This
testimony.
is all.
Yeah, and you can get down, you can go rest.
This is a terrible defense. I mean, if they really wanted to do a good defense, I mean, it would still be a bad defense. But if they really wanted to do a halfway decent defense, they would at least try to go for this store has been robbed numerous times. You know, the owner has been, I mean, they would just use some sort of build up a background of like how many times this store has been, shoplifted from, robbed, the background, I mean, they would have gone into that at least, but instead they're trying to make, Cyrus look like some type of, thug because he's carrying a gun at 14 years old. But they didn't know that. They did not know he had a gun until after the fact. So that is irrelevant. All of that is a non-issue. So you can't put that on him. That he didn't cause his own demise. That's crazy. Yeah, it's obvious racism. Just that is obvious. And I mean, I am, I hate that. I hate that. I really, really hate that. Oh, because I hate it because, you know, there's so much. I mean, because Asians work so hard to like come here and make a better life and do for themselves and to do the very thing that, I mean, it just is, it's such a, it just is disappointing. It's really, really, really disappointing. So I really, really hate this. And just, it just is disappointing. It's very, very crushing. I hate that. And I mean, you go to a place, honestly, what's more frustrating is they're in an area that demographically is the population is black. It's more black. You're in an area where Asians don't exist hardly at all. So you need to assimilate. I'm not saying you gotta like, but my gosh, just know. I don't know. I just hate it. I hate that you don't have to put up with crime. You don't have to put up with certain things, but you definitely don't put yourself in a situation where you could get hurt or hurt someone else. It just, damn, the kid walked out. He did, oh man. And I wouldn't even confront somebody if I'm just an average, not over some water bottles. I would probably just note to self, keep an eye on that kid the next time he came in. Just see if he took anything, like keep an eye on that kid. See if he takes anything next time. I don't know. I wouldn't. Or I would go check the cooler. Yeah, that is so weird. Who was watching the store? Like, they all left the store. That makes no sense. I just think, I think I would have, you have to go check. They didn't even check the cooler. I don't know. I just think a lot of this is just, I think they've been burned, obviously. And they just felt, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. I just think it's too much. But the defense didn't even put that out there. The defense didn't even say, oh, they have, they've been taken out. People have been stealing from them so often. They had a wall of shame. I will say that is an Asian thing. Because back in the day, when I went to the nail salon back home in Alabama, they would have a wall of shame for like bad check writers when they used to take checks back in the day. They would have a wall of shame for people who wrote bad checks to the nail salon. They would have those people's checks on the wall of do not accept these people's checks. And I would know some of those people because our town was small. So you would know, Susie Q, don't take a check from Susie Q because she wrote a bad check to the nail salon. So yeah, they used to do that. So Asians don't mess around. They will shame you. And no problem. So I'm not surprised with their wall of shame that they had of people's pictures at the gas station. And if I remember when I used to work at the local gas station, like back in the day, I think we had like a bad check or don't take checks, or we had a wall of shame of people. So, I mean, that's just what you did back in the day, because that's the only way you could, I don't know if we had it like posted for the public, but we had it like for the workers. We could see who not to take stuff from, because, I mean, it's the South, but it's definitely a thing. But I don't think this case is going very well. I don't know how many more witnesses they have. I'm sure they're going to get the mama who was in the car with the last chick that was on the stand. And then they're going to have to get the white girl that was running, the only white person in the area, apparently. I don't know where she came from. She was doing the chest compressions. I'm sure she has a lot to say, because I wonder what old Chow was saying. I mean, she was the closest person to the supposed weapon. But it's just like I imagined, where they found the shell casing. Chow was in the shooting stance position. So that poor kid didn't even get up from his first fall, barely. So he did have his back to Chow. So that's pretty wild. I don't think he had, I think when he fell, the gun flew out of his hoodie. I don't think he ever was able to put his hand on it. I think it flew out. And that's when Andy may have said he has a gun. I don't think he ever pointed it at either one of them, because he was so scared. Like, why are they chasing me? I don't think he would have done that. I could be wrong, but I don't think that is what I just don't know this kid, but I don't think that's the reason he had that gun. Because he could have gone in there into that gas station and held up the gas station. He had a gun, but he didn't. I think I think it flew out of his hoodie when he fell. Yeah, I don't think. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he even thought about that gun. I don't think it entered his mind either. I think he was just trying to get away. And I don't think he. I mean, my gosh, he ran out of his shoes. He was just trying to get away. He didn't even have a chance. They chased him down and shot him. That's crazy. Over some possible bottles of water. I mean, and that's what it was. I don't care what the defense says. That's what it was. Oh, I know what trial is on the first. It is the Austin Metcalf trial, but they're not televising that. I remember last night in the middle of the night, I was like, I know there's a trial on the first. But it's Austin Metcalf. But I'll have to keep posted on it. Oh, and then the Anna girl that was killed on the cruise ship, the judge allowed her stepbrother to be bailed out. So he is out on bail. Even though he brutally assaulted and killed her, strangled her to death on the cruise ship. But he's a teenager, so with no prior record, he doesn't have a license. And I guess they allowed him to go on bail and be released in his parents' custody. Which, you know, that's what they do with teenagers for the most part. I mean, they did that with the Metcalf case. They don't have criminal records and they're teenagers. They let them.
Carolina argued that they should be able to put a wall of shame up in front of the jury. We asked that it not be put up. And subject of compromise, the court asked the solicitor's offices all they're going to put it up and not make any discussion about these were people who had not been chased before. When this witness testified, and I think it was spontaneous, it was not elicited from the solicitor's office. However, this witness gave the same exact language that they said they would not be giving into. His statement on the record was, this was a wall where people who had not been chased before, something of that nature. I don't want to quote, but it was something of that nature. We immediately made an objection. The court at the bar basically gave us a choice. Did we want a curative instruction or did we want to move on? I was at the bench with co-counsel Swirling and McCullough. At that point in time, we thought it would be best to leave it alone, not to bring any light to it. The court gave us an option if we wanted a curative instruction. As a strategy decision, we chose against it. However, we were very concerned that this not come out again. Again, we agree it's not elicited from the solicitor's office, but it still is a concern of ours because that's something that the court said. Thank you, sir.
Yep, I think that accurately reflects the bench conference. I did give you all the options of curative or simply move along so as not to draw further attention to it. And I'll just let Mr. Bryant know, Mr. Kranitz, and you weren't privy to that, so it's not your fault. You're not in trouble. Nobody's fussing at you. But we, as far as the photos and things, you may have knowledge of what those photos mean on the wall and in the store, but we're not discussing any of that as far as what that means or whether or not folks were ever chased or not chased. But we're just staying away from that so we don't prejudice any of the parties. So again, you didn't know about that. You weren't here for pretrial motions. Things like that happen. But just stay away from that for the remainder of your testimony.
Okay.
All right.
And Your Honor, we agree that even though it's not stricken from the record, it cannot be argued as if it's part of evidence in the record at this time. correct?
Yes. Hold on a second.
Oh, they don't want it to be called the wall of shame.
All right, just from, I guess, the media standpoint, I know we only have the one camera in here, but the clerk's office just got an email from alleged concerned citizen in Washington DC watching the trial, and says that, I don't know if the person is a lawyer, knows something about procedure, but said they were able to see one of the jurors on camera.
Didn't happen.
Okay, well, I
The
just,
deputies, probably the top of the deputy's head.
it said a blonde lady, and maybe they don't know whether the court reporter is a juror, I'm not sure, but I just wanted to address it and make sure, since it was sent to the clerk's
And
office.
I can tell you it didn't happen.
Okay, but just, we have,
I'm very cautious.
I know you are, and, but I just want to make sure, since it was sent to the clerk's office. It probably, the court reporter said a blonde hair with a pinkish outfit sitting close to the witness. So we're probably talking.
Make sure they know what I am.
That's an expert.
Yeah. Wanted to address it for the record, to be sure.
No, that's right. I think that's turquoise.
Your Honor, we are ready.
Ready for cross? All right, Mr. Toll, bring in the jury, please.
I know. It's the South, honey. South Carolina, anyway. I mean, the prosecution and the defense are talking to each other like
You're present, John.
they're friends.
Examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bryant, my name is Sean Kent. I do not believe we've ever met each other. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, we never met.
And I'm going to go over a couple of rules so we can be on the same page as I'm asking you questions. Is that fair?
Okay.
And I do this with everybody. Just make sure we're both on the same page. Madam Court Reporter has taken down every single word that you are saying. You did a good job from the state, but she cannot take down head nods and shakes and things of that nature. So make sure you answer yes, no, and so on so she can get every word. Is that fair?
Okay.
2, she cannot take down if the two of us are talking over one another. So if you'll give me opportunity to ask my question, I'll give you opportunity to answer the question. Is that fair?
Okay.
And if at any point in time I speak way too fast, and I've been told I do that, and you do not understand my question, if you simply ask me to repeat it, I will repeat it so you can have it read again. Is that fair? If I can remember the question I asked.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer Mr. Bryant, Devontae? What do you want to be called? I'm going to give you a proper title.
Either or.
Okay, is it fine if I call you Mr. Bryant?
Yeah.
Mr. Bryant, I want to go through first the testimony that you offered the state of South Carolina just a few moments ago. Do you remember what you testified to?
Yeah.
And I want to first start at the beginning part of your testimony that you were giving to the jury when they were asking you questions about the gun. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And when they were asking you questions about guns, they were asking you about the prevalence and the amount of guns in the community of children, 14-year-olds and so forth. Remember those questions?
Yeah.
And do you remember saying that it was basically normal that a lot of kids have guns?
Yeah.
And it is okay for them to have guns because it's a sign, a status or something of that nature, right?
I'm not saying okay, but
It's not okay, is it?
Yeah.
It's not okay?
I didn't say that it was okay for a child to have a gun. I never said that.
And then let me follow that up with that question. It's not okay, is it?
I mean, it depends on what point you come from. I don't.
Please explain. What point would make it okay for somebody under the age of 15 to possess a firearm?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Well, you do know, you just said it depends. So let the jury know, based upon the questions from the state and your answer, when is it okay for someone under the age of 14 or a child to have a gun?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, everybody had their own viewpoint of it. That's why I say it depends.
And I'm asking your viewpoint, based upon your testimony, based upon what you've offered to this jury, when is it okay?
I mean, protection-wise, if you ask me,
Go on, please. I did ask you.
that's it.
What do you mean protection-wise?
Depending on the area you grew up in or the areas you stay in, maybe.
And so when the state of South Carolina put you on the stand, they understood that you felt it was okay to break the law for protection.
Objection to the question.
I'm ready.
All right, Rick,
It is your testimony that it is okay to break the law for protection purposes.
No, I'm not saying. I never once said that.
Okay, tell me what you said. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I don't remember, but I didn't say that.
No, you just said it a few seconds ago, that it would be okay for protection purposes for someone under the age of 14 to have a firearm. Is that what you just said?
That's what I said.
Is it legal for someone under the age of 14 to have a firearm?
No.
So would it be breaking the law for a person under 14 to have a firearm?
Yes.
And so would your testimony not have just been, it is okay for someone under the age of 14 to break the law for protection? Isn't that your testimony?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I guess. Because that's what they put you up to justify and say it's okay. So is that your testimony still to this jury?
Oh my gosh.
I'll allow it, but be careful.
I am. Did you understand my question?
No, sir.
Well, let's move on just a bit. We'll go back to that. Do you own a firearm?
No.
You don't have a firearm?
No.
Did you have a firearm that day
He has a
No.
felony.
in your vehicle?
No.
You have a child yourself, if I'm not mistaken.
3.
And I think one of them would be 14 years old right now.
Yeah.
You would not want him to have a firearm.
No.
You would instruct him not to have a firearm.
No.
You would not want him to have a firearm for protection or status or anything.
No.
No, you would think it would be wrong. Correct? Correct?
Yeah.
It would be dangerous.
Yeah.
And you would not want your child in the community carrying a firearm.
No.
The solicitor's office asks you about your criminal record. You stand on the stand currently as a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't own a firearm anyway.
Yeah.
And so you stand over there convicted of 3 separate offenses.
I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure.
Not sure how many felonies you have?
No.
Okay. Were these all in Richland County?
Yeah.
And so were you prosecuted in this courthouse?
Yeah.
And so they are familiar with you?
I don't know.
Okay. When you talked to officers on the scene, well, let's go through this. You actually gave 2 separate statements to officers. One on a body cam on scene. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then separately, you talked to another officer. Is that a fair statement? Like you sat down and met with an officer and gave an actual recorded interview. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to talk about the second interview first, because this was with a member of the Richland County Sheriff's Department who interviewed you.
They both were.
Okay? Both were Richland County officers.
Yeah.
They interviewed you, right?
Yeah.
They asked you what happened.
Yeah.
They asked your details.
Yeah.
They let you give the story.
Yeah.
And you gave them this story, and after you gave the story, do you remember one of the officers telling you, don't embellish, that doesn't fit the evidence?
Objection.
I don't know what that means.
Sustained.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
When you met with them, did they think you were exaggerating the story?
Objection, Your Honor, speculation of what somebody else believes.
Sustained.
when you gave the story to law enforcement, what was your belief when you left, when you talked to them? Do you believe they believed your version?
Objection, Your Honor, to what he believes somebody else believes.
I wouldn't.
You're asking him to
That's fine,
determine
Judge.
what the officer believes.
When you gave your story to law enforcement, and I want to make it clear, you told law enforcement that, and I want to make sure it's good again, I want to make sure the testimony is good. At some point, you're saying the victim had his hands up?
Yeah.
And he shot when his hands were up? I just want to make sure, tell me if I'm wrong.
No.
So explain it to me again so we can all understand.
When he was on the ground, like
Yes, sir.
after he fell from being shot, it's like he was trying to roll himself over. That's when his hands was up.
Now, there's no question he fell twice.
Yes, it is.
Your testimony is that he was shot the first time.
Which
I'm asking, you tell me when he was shot, if he fell twice. Do you know exactly when he was shot?
you said if he fell twice after the second stumble, it wasn't two fallings.
It wasn't two falls?
No.
Okay. And I guess I'm getting more confused, and you did it with the solicitor's office, but I need to know exactly what position he was in when he was shot. And if I'm not mistaken, when you were,
When you saying when he was shot, as in when he hit the ground?
no, when he was shot.
Like, oh, he was trying to stand completely up.
He was trying to stand completely up.
Yeah.
And I think when you were right here, you had him completely straight, correct?
What you mean, completely straight?
Was he standing completely up when he was shot, like this?
I mean, almost as if, yeah, almost.
And Mr. Chow, was he directly behind him?
No, not directly behind him.
I am so confused.
If you can come down again for me and just put your body in the position that you saw, I want to make sure I say this correctly, the position you saw Cyrus in when he was shot. Does that make sense? I'll make sure you understand my question before you do. Do you understand my question?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you come down from the stand and just show the jury that
These defense attorneys
that
are
position his body
mean.
was in when he was shot that you saw?
They're so mean to these witnesses.
I said he was-
These witnesses saw
Almost
somebody get
like
shot.
completely up. Like he was getting up like this. He wasn't here. Yeah.
Okay.
No, he was like here, but still trying to move and get up at the same time. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and I'm just confused because I thought with the solicitor's office, you said he was straight up. So you're not saying he was
He's
straight up.
trying to get straight up. He's trying to get up like how I'm standing like this. He's trying to get to this point, but he never could get to this point. He's still stumbling, trying to catch his movement. That's what's going on.
That's what you saw.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after he was shot, what happened from that
He
position?
fell. He fell completely again.
Right there.
Yeah.
Didn't move any further.
It's like maybe a try to turn over type of thing, maybe.
So where the body came to rest is where he was shot.
I don't know where his body came from. Because it was so many people gathered around him. I couldn't see exactly nothing. All I could see is like legs and feet, and the older lady's son was on their knees and all of that. I couldn't really exactly see him. Like I'm looking at this desk right here.
Yes,
I
sir.
couldn't literally just see everything. I see everybody huddled around him.
Okay, go ahead back up there. Thank you.
This is
Now I want to go backwards
so
to the
mean.
body cam footage. You remember you said on the side of the road you talked to the officers while they were there?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Do you remember telling the officer on the body footage that you watched the shot through your car mirror, through your rearview mirror?
No,
You do not remember that?
no,
And if I was to find testimony or anything, you would dispute saying that to anyone that day?
I don't remember that.
Is it possible you could have said that?
I don't remember that at all.
And you had mentioned that when you were driving by the scene, you were going at a very slow pace.
Yeah.
And if there was video of your car not going at a slow pace, would you disagree with that?
Yeah.
And so how fast would you say you would have been going?
I don't know.
I need you to guesstimate because you said you were tracking them. So how fast you going? 1 mile, 2 mile?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't remember.
Get the infotainment system. Get the black box.
You had mentioned in your testimony that you did not see anyone throw anything. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you said you saw the book bag laying directly on the ground?
Yeah.
And it just had fallen?
When he fell, the book bag fell.
The
first time.
Immediately at the same spot.
Same spot. I can't remember exactly where, but I don't want to say the same spot. I think it kind of fell down, so I can't really remember.
Well, you testified to it, and so that's why I want to make sure, but you testified on direct that it fell right there. So if
Yeah.
you want to correct that now, please.
I mean,
correct
can
it.
you explain what right there is? It could be here, it could be there. You saying right there? I don't know what right there is.
Well, I need to know because that was your testimony. Where did the book bag fall?
On the ground.
Where?
I mean, I have to look or something. I can't just say where exactly it was on the ground.
You saw the book bag.
Yeah.
You saw the book bag on the ground.
Yeah.
It was not down a hill in some grassy area. You personally saw it.
Yeah, it was on the ground.
And your testimony is you personally saw the shoe come on.
Yeah.
Beg your courts and don't make a one.
Yes, sir.
Man, they are just berating these witnesses. So mean.
Now, you are not testifying. I want to make sure I'm clear on this. You are not testifying today that the young man was shot while he was on the ground.
No.
Have you ever before, under oath, any testimony ever testified that he was shot on the ground?
Testify. This is my first time
Yeah.
testifying.
Have you ever given any statements or anything to suggest that he was on the ground?
I believe so. I think.
You believe so? You have actually before to law enforcement said he was on the ground when he was shot.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, so much going on at one time. You know, like right after the incident, I'm calling my mom. So much going on. The social media thing going on. So much going
I
on
got
at
it.
one
So
time.
much going on, so much stuff in our heads, so much to pay attention to, and then time to figure out a different story.
No,
Well-
not a different story.
Well, originally, you have told law enforcement that he was on the ground when he was shot, correct?
Okay.
Not okay.
Yeah.
And we now realize that's not possible, correct?
Yeah.
And you know that's not possible, correct?
Yeah.
And now today you're telling something a little different, correct?
Not just today. When I spoke with him too.
When you spoke with who?
Officer.
But you understand, we always want to try to get someone's statement as close to the event as possible, right? Because we want to get as accurate as possible. Is that a fair statement?
No.
You don't want to get someone's memory as close to the event as possible?
I mean, yeah, but that's not fair because no.
That's not fair. We don't want to know accurate. We don't want someone to plan. We don't want someone to think of something. Don't you want someone's memory as close to the event as possible?
No.
No? Why not?
I mean,
I'm so confused.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it shouldn't matter. If something happens, something happened. It don't matter when you ask them.
You got that exactly right. It shouldn't matter. When something happens, it should stay consistent. Is that a fair statement?
That's not what I just said.
So tell me what you said.
I just said when something happens. I never said nothing about being consistent or anything. I didn't say that.
Okay. So should someone's story change?
No.
No. That's what consistent means. So it should be consistent from one time to the next. Is that fair?
I mean, you said that, yeah.
You don't think a story should be consistent?
Yeah, story is consistent.
A story is consistent.
Should be, yeah.
Should be consistent. So at one point you told a story that he was shot directly on the ground, and then today you're saying he wasn't. Would you agree that's not consistent?
Yeah, but I think there was a misunderstanding because I don't think the officer was really understanding what I was saying. So I think he kind of misunderstood my explanation. That's what I think.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
And a few minutes ago, I asked you, you specifically stated that you said he was on the ground when he was shot, and there was a bunch going on in your head, and you were incorrect.
No, I didn't say that. I said the women was around him on the ground as I was passing back by the scene. So I couldn't
But when
see.
I directly asked you about telling an officer or giving a statement that you said originally that he was on the ground when he got shot. That's what I asked you.
Yeah, but you just asked me something totally different pertaining. You didn't ask me the same thing.
What?
What you asked me prior to the question that you just asked me.
Do you remember? Let's make it very simple.
I'm
Do you
so
remember
confused.
At some point in time, telling an officer, anybody, that Cyrus was on the ground when he got shot.
Yeah.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not a confusion, that's not a trick question, that's a yes.
Yeah.
Today, you're saying that's different, correct?
Yeah.
You have met with law enforcement, solicitors, everybody in between those two times, yes?
Yeah.
And we realize the first thing that you said about shot on the ground is not possible.
No.
Yes, sir.
I cannot believe that they are allowed to just abuse these witnesses like this. I mean, oh my gosh. They are so extremely mean.
A moment ago, I was asking you if there would be any video or anything of that nature of your car going at a fast level, and you said there would not be. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
And you do recognize your car?
Yeah.
And you know what it looks like? What type of car is it?
Honda Accord.
I wanted to be a lawyer from the time I was able to walk. I always wanted to be a lawyer. Isn't that wild? I used to always want to be a lawyer. Because I thought it was so, I wanted to be in law somehow. And I thought being a lawyer is what I wanted to be. Oh, they're going to have to let them leave.
I apologize. We don't discuss the case and we'll get back as soon as.
I mean, I think he really thinks he has a shot at this. No pun intended. Jenny Peach, how are you? You see my new place? I'm in my new spot. I got all kinds of space in here. I couldn't do a cloffice again because my cloffice in this house had no outlets. No outlets. Who would have thought? I wish Mark was here. I was going to tell him that I started watching Pale Blue Eye.
Laptop, and we can use it. I don't have to publish. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Um,
Does that work for y'all?
Oh, nice. Where's your niece at?
I don't have any problem with, I don't have any problem with that. I do have a problem if it's going to be published, but I'm thinking it's not.
Okay.
It's not actually, it's concerned if we publish it, we'll introduce it in evidence, and not be they're concerned that we're just gonna publish it. So my only question there, if you want to look there, I can show you the threshold we can do it, and can have a whole kind of we're just talking. Okay.
I started watching Pale Blue Eye on
I
Netflix.
think we're ready to go, yeah, I think we got.
Your Honor, so what we are going to do, sorry for confusion, is rather than publish to the entire panel, we will utilize to refresh his memory.
Okay.
There will be no objection. They have no problem with someone from our team showing him the camera, so it speeds it up a little bit.
Okay.
And we go from there.
Very good.
And we're trying to get our technical staff here, this poor lawyer.
Well, just let me know when you're ready.
I just want to make sure.
I don't know if you know about this trial, but I just learned about it yesterday. Yesterday was the first day. This trial, we thought when we first heard, we thought we were pro defendant. We thought this was going to be another holy crap, we've stumbled upon another tug of war kind of trial. But we always go into these on this channel, obviously innocent until proven guilty. This is our justice system. The defense had us in their opening statement with this guy, and then obviously we hear the evidence presented. So far, the prosecution is winning. They have presented their witnesses that they've put on the stand. They've presented video. The 14-year-old that was shot outside the convenience store, yes, in the back. They accused him of stealing in the store. He said he didn't take anything, and then he walked out of the store and then realized he was being chased by the store owners and took off running to get away from them, and then they shot him. It's the wildest thing. And now the defense is claiming this kid had a gun on him, which he did, but no one knew that, right? And the kid didn't steal anything. So it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. This happened in Columbia, South Carolina. I will say, being from the South, I had that market when I worked at the department store I worked for. Columbia, South Carolina is predominantly Black. So I will say this is obviously racial. As much as I hate to say that, the owners of this convenience store are Chinese. It stinks, but they clearly, they're probably one of 5 Asian families in the area. I don't know, maybe there's more. There is a military base not too far. But still, it's disheartening to know that they chased this kid down the street and then shot him in the back. It's really sad. Yeah, it's really sad. And what's even worse is that, obviously we didn't know until after the fact that this 14-year-old had a weapon. So it's bad. Columbia is not a good area of South Carolina. There are some very bad spots of Columbia. There's some nice areas of Columbia as well, but for the most part, Columbia is not a great area. But I don't feel like this teenager, even though he did have a weapon, I don't think he was going to use it, because if he was going to use it, he would have gone into the store and probably, held them up and asked for, robbed them or something. But he didn't. He took off running. He realized he was being chased. He wanted to get out of there. But I was going to ask you something, Jenny. I saw something about South Africa. How far are you from? Man, I'm having a brain fart. Dang it. Dang it. Because there was a trial that happened there. Because you were saying you just have one judge. Dang it. I was watching something on, I think, Netflix. Johannesburg. Is it Johannesburg? How far are you from Johannesburg? I think there was something. Dang it. I swear, I was watching something. There was a trial. Darn it. What was it? It was a big deal. It'll click. I'll remember it. Dang. Because they have some cool trials over there. I can't remember, but I know they have some crazy stuff that goes on over there. Darn it. Now I've got to look it up, because it's gonna drive me nuts.
Jewish president, John.
Thank you, Mr. Tolbert. Pardon, Mr. Kemp.
Why did they send the jury out?
Right, I'm almost done. When we took a break, I was asking you about your car, you remember things of that nature?
Yeah.
And the direction of travel.
Yeah.
The speed your car would have been going.
Yeah.
And what direction you would have been looking at the shooting.
Yeah.
Is that all? You remember all of that?
Yeah.
And then there was a question if you remember the speed and things of that nature, and I talked to you about a potential video.
Yeah.
If I was able to show you a video, would it help refresh your memory as to what your car was actually doing that day?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point in time, Your Honor, I asked one of the lawyers from our table to show the video just to him.
Okay.
And now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you two videos. I don't want you to talk about them. I don't want you to say anything about them. Just watch the two videos that I'm gonna show you. Is that a fair
Okay.
statement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. It wasn't that one.
Look at what you watch.
It was a different one. Dang it.
Sean, do you want me to play them both?
Both of them, right? Both of them. Just let me know if they both have to make up. Make sure no one.
I know. I'm trying to.
I'll think of it. I don't know if that doesn't sound familiar, but I'm gonna look that one up.
Did you see that whole one?
Yeah.
Devontae, have you now seen both of the videos?
Yeah.
And a little louder to make sure she can. Is that a yes?
Yeah.
And the videos, that's your car in the video?
Yeah.
And that car shows the direction you're traveling?
Yeah.
And it shows the speed you're traveling?
Yeah.
And you are the only one inside of your vehicle?
Yeah.
And that car shows both directions that you're driving?
Yeah. It goes the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different angles.
Yeah.
Okay? And one of the videos shows your car in one position that will be an opposite side of the chute. Is that a fair statement? Going past the chute.
No, you can't explain that to me, brother.
How about you explain it so I'm not the one asking the bad questions? What did the video show you?
It showed me going up Springtree.
Okay. Away from the chute.
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yeah, not really away from it, but it's still like right there. I mean, that's the entrance of the apartments.
And the interests of the apartments are past where the incident happened.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's what we see as your car going past where the incident happened. Okay? And that would go along with the question in which I asked you from the body cam that you said on scene, I was looking at it through my rear view.
No.
Okay. But you do remember that question
Which one?
about looking at it through your rear view.
No.
You don't remember me asking you that question earlier?
No.
You don't remember me asking you a question about what happened on the scene and you telling an officer that you had looked at it through your rear view?
I don't remember that.
But you remember that question?
Yeah.
And you understand what I'm saying about that video is that shows your car past the scene, right?
Yeah.
And that would make sense that you're looking at it through the rear view mirror.
No.
Okay. And two, the other thing that we're showing is you're not going 1 or 2 miles an hour in that video. Would you agree with that?
Well, the first one, it looks like it, yeah.
Is your position that the video that we showed you, you were going 1 or 2 miles an hour?
I wouldn't say 1 or 2 miles per hour, but very slow, yes.
Very slow. What is your definition of very slow?
I mean, it's just exactly what I said.
What speed limit would be very slow?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I need to know because that's a big deal. How fast you were going there.
Oh my
I would
God.
just be guessing. I don't have a direct answer, like a direct speed limit answer. I don't know.
And I just showed you a video showing you how fast you were going. That refreshed your memory. You
Yeah.
say from that video you can't tell how fast you were going?
No.
Ask, objection, asked and answered, Your Honor, several times, sustained.
Thank you, Marvin. That's all the questions I have.
All right. Redirect.
Devontae, do you know where those camera angles, where they were from?
Those look like the apartments he tried to make it to.
Okay. So your testimony, from what I remember, was that you were driving. At some point, you do pass the scene where Cyrus came to
Yeah.
Reds.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is your testimony that at some point after you drove past, you were still looking over your shoulder?
Yeah, looking over my shoulder. Yeah.
Okay. And I think your testimony is you turned around and went back out.
Yeah, when I got a little bit past what he showed me, I turned around in the middle of the road.
Okay. But did you almost stop in those videos they just showed you?
Yeah, that's how slow I was going.
Okay. Now, one more time. My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, when you're watching, and do you remember the video that we had? I think it might be 24, 21, where it shows Cyrus running and the shoe comes off.
Mhm.
Remember?
Yeah.
All right. And you saw your car in that video?
Yeah.
Okay. And does that depict how close in relation you were to Cyrus and the two Chows?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you continued up the road?
Yeah.
When Cyrus hit the curb and fell to the ground, how did you describe that fall?
Hard, real hard.
All right. Is this or is this not an accurate depiction of what you were explaining? As he's getting up, he doesn't fully make it upright. He's still, is this accurate?
Yeah, he's
Some degree?
he's trying to stand upright, but he's still moving too
And
fast.
he's still moving forward, trying to get his balance.
Yeah. They're trying to get away from him
And then he falls for the last and
For-
final time.
for being shot. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you know this?
I seen.
Thank you.
Anything on recall?
Briefing on?
Yes, sir.
Will not take long. When, based upon solicitor's questions, on the scene, you specifically told the officer, do you remember, that Cyrus was facing him when he got shot?
No.
You do not remember saying that?
No.
Anything else? Yeah. All right, sir, you can step down. Thanks for being here.
Okay.
Every Carmack's with us?
Yes, Your Honor. Speaking with Rick Walker.
Yes.
Now what are we waiting on? Another witness? Ah. They do more sidebars than any case I've ever seen.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony given in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Please have a seat. Witness stand and state your full name for the record.
Gregory Walker.
May I please score?
Yes, I'm correct.
Good morning, Mr. Walker. How are you?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. So I just want to introduce you to the jury for a little bit. So could you tell us where you work?
Columbia Fire Department.
How long have you been with the firefighting department?
26 years.
26 years?
Yes.
What's your current position?
Battalion chief.
How long does it take you to get to that position?
Depends on how you hit it. If you hit the promotional right, you can get it. Some guys making it 15 years.
Where's the chick that did the
It takes a minute.
compression?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
It's not, they just hand it to you when you walk in the door?
Nah, you don't get it. No battlefield promotion.
So do you live in Columbia?
Yes, I do.
How long have you lived here?
27 years.
27? Born and raised or no?
No, I'm originally from Birmingham.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama.
You're a Crimson Tide fan?
No, I'm a Florida Gator.
That's a good man.
Ugh.
All right, so when we're talking about May 28th, 2023, were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
Okay, where were you working? Like either were you on the road, were you at a station?
I responded from my station, which is North Main. Off of North Main, yes.
Do you know roughly ballpark it, how far that is from where this happened?
I don't know the exact mileage, but it's not right off at all.
Okay. How about whenever you were notified that something had happened, how long did it take you to get to the location?
Roughly 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. So you're there pretty quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get there, what do you see? Can you kind of describe what the scene looked like?
I get there, my guy was on scene, I think EMS and the Richland County cop. The crowd was getting kind of big around there. So as I always do, I get out my battalion, make sure the scene is secure. I talk to the captain that was on scene, ask what he needed. And then I always try to talk to people that's around if I can gather as much information as we can.
When you say your guys are on scene, do you mean an engine?
Engine company.
How many guys are in an engine?
4.
4?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys respond to these kind of calls all
Yes.
the time? Okay.
Yes, we do.
So when you get on scene, you see your guys, do you see any other emergency personnel?
Yes, EMS is on scene.
Okay. Or deputies, officers
Yes.
on scene too?
Yeah, deputies on scene.
Are there a bunch of lay witnesses around or lay individuals, regular
Yes.
people?
Regular people in
Yeah.
EMS in Richland
Okay.
County.
So you talk to your guys.
Right.
And then you kind of mill around and do you
This
talk
is
to
the
everybody else?
prosecution,
Yes, I
yeah.
did. You talking about on that day?
Yeah.
Yes, when I got finished talking to my guys, I seen another guy that was standing back. I asked him, do you know what happened? And
Okay. And don't tell me what he said.
okay,
Okay. Without getting into anything that he actually said to you,
What does that mean? Your
anybody
grandchildren
on
don't
scene,
have
your
the
guy,
proof
this guy,
your children
whoever,
had?
tell you about a gun being involved some way, shape, or form?
Yes.
In
Did anybody
South
say
Africa?
that the victim, Cyrus, had pointed a gun?
No.
Did anybody say that the victim was carrying a gun? Did anybody say if the victim was carrying a gun?
No.
Okay. Do you know who you were speaking to that day?
Yes, I do.
Could you say who it was?
I don't know his name. I think it was the son of the store owner.
Who's Mr. Andy Chow?
Yes, it was his son.
Court's indulgence. No further questions, Your Honor. Please answer my questions.
That's it? Where is the chick that was giving him CPR?
Scene was pretty chaotic when you got there, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there were a lot of people there gathering at that point?
Yes, it was.
Okay, you didn't actually conduct an interview or interrogation of anybody, correct?
No, sir, I did not.
And of course, the state asked you about whether or not anybody had said anything about a gun. That was their first question to you?
Yes.
Actually, somebody did say something about a gun, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and the person you were talking to, I think you identified as the son,
Yes.
said that he told his father that Mr. Carmack-Belton had a gun.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you can step down. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
That's it? Where is the chick that was giving him chest compressions? I need that chick.
Ready to call your next witness?
Yes, the sick called Brian Metz.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
He's making soda,
Full name for the record, please spell
cream soda,
and last name.
homemade cream soda.
Brian Metz, B-R-I-N-M-E,
Investigator Metz, where do you work?
at the Richland County Sheriff's Department.
And how long have you worked there?
Next month will be 44 years.
44 years.
And what is your current job there?
I'm an investigator in the digital forensic unit, which is part of the criminal investigative division.
How long have you worked in that role?
I've been in that unit since 2007.
Almost 20 years?
Yes,
And prior to that, what were some other positions you had at the Sheriff's Department?
like most officers, started as a uniform patrol officer. From there, went to several different teams that worked out of investigations, uniform teams at that point. Went to be the resident deputy in the Dutch Fort Valentine area for about 8 years, where I pretty much did everything, worked from home and did everything law enforcement wise. And then have been in investigations since 99, I believe, 1999.
And what are some of
Yeah,
your
Gwen's always
duties
making
as
good
a
stuff.
Digital forensic examiner?
Baked a cake yesterday.
The digital forensic unit covers
mainly cell phones now. When I first started, we did computers. We did cell phones, which were just coming about, especially the smartphones were just coming about. Also installing cameras, and other GPSs and type work like that. And then currently we're kind of split where we have several people that do all the cell phones, and I do just about all of the video. If I'm available, then I do the video and DVRs.
And as part of your role to participate and assist in criminal investigations when asked?
Yes.
And in your career, I guess, as a patrol deputy,
Y'all are so funny with the cooking.
investigator in the criminal investigations unit, and now in the digital forensics unit, have you been asked to collect and download surveillance videos for crimes like murders, robberies, shootings, shoplifting, thefts, and other crimes?
I have.
And you said, compared to when you first started the sheriff's department, technology has kind of changed. Has video evidence become a more common and important type of evidence in investigations?
It has. Most major investigations have video involved somehow or another. Most minor investigations have video involved somehow or another. You have a lot of the video that I don't have to deal with because it's automated through license plate cameras and stuff like that, that the investigators or the Intel division can access through databases. But then a lot of what we have is video that's in stores, people's houses that they don't know how to download, or they've forgotten the passcode or something like that. So just about the vast majority of our cases have something to do with video.
So you mentioned license plate readers. Did that exist? That type of technology exist when you first started?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And so in your role, have you had to learn and become familiar with advances and updates in digital technology?
Yes, ma'am. It's constantly changing. You have to keep up.
Okay. And back in 2023 or May 2023, did you work as a digital forensics examiner?
I did.
Okay. And regarding this specific case, were you involved in collecting surveillance video equipment and other storage equipment from the Shell gas station and downloading videos from them?
I was.
Okay. And did you do a report to document your involvement?
Yep.
I did.
Did you also
Air
take
fryer is
pictures to
awesome.
document your involvement?
I did.
And as part of your job, do you commonly go to like stores, gas stations, retail stores, and other types of places to collect surveillance videos?
I do.
And when you go to these different locations to collect videos for these criminal investigations, typically, do you work with the investigator?
I don't know how much
or
input is there, but it's outrageous.
to kind of learn some information
gotta
about the
have it.
case and what video footage to collect and time frames?
My main involvement is they're supposed to give me a time frame that they want. On occasions, it'll be an object that they're looking for, a blue car or something like that, something specific. But I usually need the date and time that they're looking for.
On May 30th, 2023, did you respond to the Shell gas station?
I did.
And that would have been 2 days after the shooting?
That's correct.
And by that date, had Rick Chow already been arrested on May 29th?
I believe so.
And when you got involved in this case, were you aware that this was a murder case stemming out of the Chow's allegations that the victim shoplifted water from the store?
I was.
And were you aware that another Sheriff's Department digital examiner, John Burkhardt, had downloaded some videos from the store the night of the shooting?
I was.
And were you able to access and review the videos that he downloaded?
Not at that time. I did later.
Okay, but at some point.
At some point.
Okay. Did you later go to the store and collect additional surveillance and storage equipment and some computers?
I did.
Or after Burkhardt did?
After Burkhardt, that's correct.
And when you went, were there other investigators with you in the store that day?
There were.
About how many other investigators were with you?
At least 3 that I recall.
And when you entered the store, where in the store was the video equipment located?
In the office.
And was that in the back of the store?
Back of the store, yes.
And did you take pictures of kind of how the office looked and the video equipment when you first like entered it?
I did.
No objection.
I'm gonna show you states 57, well, 58 and 59 first, and you tell me if you recognize this from these pictures.
I do.
Okay, and did you take those pictures?
I did.
Okay, what's shown in those pictures?
The first picture is the information screen from the system that was on the computer in the store. The other picture is a screenshot of the monitor showing the different views that were available.
Okay, and showing you 57, do you recognize what's shown in this?
I do.
Okay, what's shown?
So that's several of the computers that were in the store and the 6 servers that were in the store.
Your Honor, the state request to enter number 57 through 59 into evidence.
Without objection.
That be admitted as states 58, 59 without objection.
So let's look at state number 57. Okay. Now, this picture was not taken at the Shell station the day that you went, correct?
That's correct.
But does this picture show the equipment that you collected from the store?
Holy moly.
And kind of again, can you describe what types of equipment is shown in this state 57?
So basically the 4 items to our left are computer systems, Windows-based computer systems. The other items, the 6 items stacked one on top of each other, are storage systems, currently referred to as RAID systems.
Dang.
Okay, those 2 things at the top, what are those?
Those both appeared to be the network switches.
Were those been the NVRs or?
Well, the first one, there's a network switch, and the other one, so on the top row, the kind of
Get
one
the
to
heck
left,
out.
that's a network switch that could be, that might be the back end to one of the DVRs, the NVRs.
Okay.
Dude,
And
I
then
worked
the
at
other one
LP
is
for
definitely
a decade and didn't have
Okay, so
fancy
focusing on
crap
the
like that.
Servers stacked up. What are servers usually used for?
for data storage.
Dude,
Like video data storage?
It can be, yes.
I think our stuff only held
And on the day that you went to the store office, you know.
90 days,
was the
180
equipment,
days.
like organized like this? Describe how the equipment was laid out in the office when you went.
So the servers were on a shelf that was off to one side.
Right?
Um,
I mean, our stuff did not hold that much. I did not
The
have that
computers
much
were-
storage. I did not
couple
have
were
that
on the
many.
desk,
hard
one was on the
drives.
floor was under some paperwork.
That's
The
wow.
DVRs were actually.
I
on the
worked
other
for
side
a
of the
major
room,
corporation.
hooked in through a
That's
network cable.
crazy.
Were there a lot of wires and cords attached to these things?
Going everywhere.
You said what?
They were going everywhere.
Okay. And did the investigators at the scene transport these items back to Richland County headquarters?
They did, they were transported back first.
And can you describe like how y'all transported?
Yeah, but
this
that's
video equipment
a
back?
convenience store. I mean,
I don't recall if they had Tahoes or Ford Explorers, but they were SUVs. As I would turn things off and get them disconnected, then I would hand them out to them, and they were loading them into the trucks so that they could all.
I watched multi-million-dollar stores. We didn't have that
Did it fit
much.
in, like the back seat and one of the cars, the front, like, how much space did it take up?
It pretty much takes up a full size Explorer or medium size, whatever it is, Explorer.
And when you analyze this equipment, when you got back to your office, were some of those servers and devices used to store surveillance videos recorded from?
I mean, maybe our corporate
Yes, I was
had
able
that
to get
kind
video
of
from
data
the two
storage
people.
because they want
Now,
a whole company.
Were you able to gain access and download videos from
But
all of those servers in this picture?
I was not.
And why weren't you able to do that?
I did not have the correct passwords.
Okay. And what were the names of the, I guess, systems that you were actually able to access and download videos from?
So there's the Hikvision NVR and the Dalhua NVR.
And were you able to
I love
download or
cream
access
soda.
videos from those two devices?
I haven't had cream
I
soda in.
Okay, and why were you able to do that?
I was able to get access into them, and they're NVR is another name for a DVR that is networkable. And so if you could get access, then you could download from a DVR.
Were any of them password protected? Would you like to see your report to refresh your memory?
I better look at that.
Okay.
So I was given one passcode that worked several items, but did not work the other items that I tried to get into. And I believe one of those DVRs had a swipe passcode, but I was able to get access into both of them.
Okay. And where did you get that password from?
It was sent to me through supervisors at the department who had, I told them, requested it, that some contact be made to get those.
And that contact would have been made with someone in the Chow family?
I really don't
Or
know. It
associated.
was my understanding it may have been with the attorneys that were representing the child.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand what you said.
You said,
So I don't know exactly where they came from. I requested them. I was giving them back, and it was my understanding that it may have been from attorneys speaking to the child family is where we got them.
so, let's look at state 58. All right, and, what is this?
So while I was in the store before or it was actually later, I brought up that was the one computer that I could get into that held the Blue Iris software. So that is a sheet that gives you the information on what version and that type thing. So I made a record of that by taking the picture.
And that says that this Blue Iris security software is registered to Rick Chow?
That's correct.
Okay. And is Blue Iris software designed as like a video surveillance management system?
It is.
Okay. And are you familiar from your experience,
I've
are
never
dealing
seen
with
green
different types
soda.
of video surveillance systems, and downloading videos? Are you familiar with some of the features of the Blue Iris software, the Dalhua and the Hikvision NVR that you?
I am, and depending on the cost and how high line it is, there's a lot of different variety in what you can get.
Okay, so let's just talk about some of the general features of these things. Do these camera systems have the ability to customize or add features?
Some do, yes.
Okay. Do they only allow you to operate one camera through the system, or can you have multiple ones?
Multiple cameras.
Okay. Can you have like an audio feature in these types of camera systems? Audio, like, do they record audio in some of these video systems?
I'm not hearing what you're saying.
Do these video systems record audio in the video?
Some do, yes, and that's usually, you'll have the option to either hook a microphone, or a lot of times that comes off a camera that has a microphone to it. and then you can select and have it come through. And it's usually only done on one channel.
Okay. And do these camera systems, can they offer some type of remote access?
Most do, yes.
And does that mean that you can you don't have to be in the actual store or on one computer to access the videos and stuff?
That's correct.
Do these camera systems have the ability to have remote access through like a cell phone too?
Yes, most manufacturers will have an app that you can download and then access it through that app.
What about the ability of the camera system to take screenshots and save them?
A lot of the systems, even the basic DVRs, you can select a screenshot of the video that you're looking at, and on some of the higher line ones, it's able to download it and put it to a computer that you're using.
And speaking of these, customizable features that you talked about and the added features, can you add any facial recognition features to these cameras?
You can on many of the systems nowadays.
Okay, so let's look at 59. All right, can you zoom in a little bit? Okay. So looking at 59, did you take this photo while you were inside the child store?
I did.
Okay, and are all the cameras on this screen maintained through the Blue Iris software system?
They are.
And is each camera angle labeled by different names?
They are.
Okay, and do these angles show either inside or outside the store?
They do.
Okay. And at the bottom right, it says May 30th, 2023.
That's right.
All right. Looking at that, I guess, let's see. If you look at like the different screens, do you see some of them have like little bells on them?
I do. You
Okay.
you're talking about the
Like a little bell symbol?
yes, I can see those on several of them.
Okay. Now, when you went back to your office to analyze this particular or software or video cameras associated with the Blue Iris software cameras, were you able to download any videos from those particular cameras?
I was not.
Okay. And were you looking for, what date were you looking for videos
From the date of the incident.
but you couldn't find it?
I did not.
Okay. So were you also asked to collect surveillance videos from other locations around the area?
I was.
And were those locations Springtree Apartments and like Greenbrier Apartments?
That's correct.
And where are those apartments located in relation to the gas station in Springtree Drive?
So Willow Oaks is the road that runs beside the gas station. If you go down there, the first place on your left is Springtree, and then all the way at the end of that road is the entrance, guard shack and all, to Willow Oaks, and then there's a back gate about halfway down there.
And why did you decide to collect videos from those specific locations?
You don't know what you have until you go and look at it and collect it. So with both of those, there was a possibility that the cameras had shown the incident occurring on the roadway.
Okay, and after you reviewed those videos, did they show any of the chase down the street or the shooting?
I could not see that. I could see cars moving and stuff, but the one from Springtree is kind of blocked by a hill and trees. The one from the guard shack at Greenbrier is blocked by the hill in that roadway. And then there's a separate camera on a pole by the back gate. And of course, they're interested in people coming to the back gate, so that camera's turned down too low.
So earlier, you talked about as part of your job and your kind of just 44 years
That's right.
at Richland County, as law enforcement, you've collected videos from multiple different types of stores and other gas stations.
That's correct.
Okay, so let's look at state number 57. Okay, so how would you compare the amount of video surveillance systems, the amount of storage servers that the Chow has in their stores compared to other stores that you've been to?
An objection, you got no foundation to establish that he has that information, or the ability to make any Overruled, go ahead.
So the DVR systems, it's not unusual to see more than one in the store. It's not unusual to see DVR systems that are built into computer systems. What I found unusual was the amount of storage. That's a way more storage than I've ever seen at any convenience store or house or anything like that.
Okay, and those 6 servers that are stacked up, those like little individual slots, what are those?
Those are hard drive bays.
Okay, and based on your review of those servers, like how would you estimate how much storage that they had?
If I remember correctly, they each had a 20 terabyte hard drive. So you're looking at 120 terabytes for each box.
For each one of like the big boxes is 120?
I believe that's what they were.
Okay, so it would be estimating 120 times 6?
Yes.
Is the amount of storage, okay. And is there like an analogy of like something that's close to that amount of storage that like
Actually, ma'am, the figures on that. So you've got 12, not 6 in each box at times 20.
So you said what?
So you have 20 terabyte times 12.
Okay. And like, apps and stuff like that, like, I guess computer storages, like, do they usually have this much storage?
They do not.
Okay. And based on your familiarity with digital equipment, would you describe the types of equipment that the Chows had in their store as low quality or inexpensive?
It would be expensive.
Is this expensive?
Yes.
Okay, like $200 expensive?
No.
What?
I have not priced the Synology. That's a brand name on those storage boxes.
I have no idea what exactly this grounds of relevance. It's very interesting and a question of the foundation, but it is irrelevant.
Okay, go ahead.
Just the hard drives nowadays would be very expensive. Hard drives have gone up tremendously. At that time, you were probably looking at several $100s per hard drive. Boxes like that are, I would be safe to say, in excess of $5,000 a piece. The one that I have in my office is nowhere near as robust as that. And it's at least that much.
So it's fair to say they made a large investment in their security and storage equipment.
Yes.
So you said earlier, as a digital forensic examiner, you have to learn about advances in technology, correct?
Correct.
And are you familiar with facial recognition software technology?
To some degree.
Okay, can you just generally explain what your knowledge of that is?
So facial recognition basically uses biometric points on a person's face. It's science type thing where you pick out so many points that are in the same place. It then basically makes a mathematical algorithm out of it. And then with the newer DVRs and cameras, there are actually some cameras that will do the facial recognition itself, but you can compare that to a known picture and it can tell you whether it's the same person, or it will give you a probability rating as to whether it's the same person.
Is facial recognition a method that law enforcement can use to identify people?
It is.
And typically, to use facial recognition technology, you have to have a photo of that person's face, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And can that photo come from a screenshot of a person's face from a surveillance video?
It can.
All right. And are you aware of Richland County Sheriff's Department investigators using screenshots from surveillance videos to identify potential suspects through facial recognition?
I am. We have an intel unit in the investigative division, and they usually handle that, but they also have software to do it with, where they can take pictures from a lot of different places and use it to compare.
And are surveillance videos a useful tool and source of evidence that can assist in criminal investigations?
They are.
And even in non-criminal investigations, like say like a missing person investigation, are you aware of surveillance videos being used in that context?
Yes.
Okay. And I think you kind of mentioned this earlier, but surveillance videos can show people, they can even show cars of interest, right?
So yeah, most of the systems that do any type of recognition can be set so that it will recognize whether it's a person that it's seeing, whether it's a car that it's seeing, whether it's a small animal, dog, cat, something like that.
Have you personally ever been asked by an investigator at the sheriff's department to take a screenshot of a person's face from a surveillance video for a criminal investigation?
I have.
Can surveillance videos help identify potential suspects in crimes?
It can.
Can surveillance videos also be used to eliminate people as suspects in crimes?
It can.
Can surveillance videos be used to prove that someone did not commit a crime?
It can.
Now, in the videos that you downloaded from the Hikvision and Alphabet DVR systems, were there approximately 5 different camera angles captured in those videos?
I believe that's correct.
Okay, and those captured angles from both inside and outside the stores?
Correct.
And were those videos in color?
They were.
And when you reviewed those videos, did you see any videos that showed the victim inside the store?
I did.
And how well were you able to see the victim's face in those videos?
It was pretty clear. It's very clear video, actually.
So looking at a still shot from state number 3, and that's from a video that you downloaded, looking at the victim, excuse me a little bit. All right, so you're able to zoom in. Looking at his pant leg, are you able to tell what that symbol is?
It appears to me to be the Nike swoosh.
Okay, and that came from a video downloaded from the child's video surveillance system.
That's correct.
So still looking at this still shot, that green box on the victim's face, what does that appear to be?
The green box is what's known as a boundary box, and that's what the system is doing to focus in on what it's looking for or what it sees and recognizes as either, if it was a person, that boundary box would probably be, head to toe or somewhere about there. And so it appears to me that it's looking at the face. I don't know how accurate it is or anything like that.
And what other types of technology have you seen those green boxes show up on videos?
I've seen it on a lot of different DVRs and MVRs.
What about facial recognition?
Yes.
Okay. So look at 59, or actually 57. So looking at these, say 59 with the camera screens that you already testified about, when you looked at this picture before, how many different camera angles did the defendant Rick Chow have set up in his store solely maintained from just the Blue Iris camera system?
I believe they're 39.
39? Okay.
Look at all those camera angles.
No further questions.
No questions.
No question,
Step down.
because it doesn't matter. Where is the chick?
All right, solicitor, what you got next?
You have one.
I just did, how long?
Fairly short, I think.
Okay. All right, well, let's try to get that one in for them. Oh, you next with
Yes, sir. State calls Matthew Dooley, Michael Dooley. Sorry.
I cannot believe they have not called the chick that did the CPR. Are they waiting for some reason? I mean, she would be very impactful. If they don't call her, I'm gonna be shocked.
The witness stand, state your full name for the record, please spell your last name.
My name is Investigator Michael Dooley Jr. with the Richland County Sheriff's Department. Last name spelled Dooley.
Police Court.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm good. So you told us that you work with Richland County Sheriff's Department. Could you tell the jury what you do there?
I am a crime scene investigator and a DNA serologist in training.
Yeah, those are some pretty fancy words. Could you break that down into layman's terms?
Absolutely. So my job duties include responding to crime scenes and processing and collecting and documenting evidence. And I also am a evidence processor and screener for the DNA section.
How long have you been doing that job?
Approximately 3.5 years.
Did you do anything before then?
I was a patrol deputy on the road.
Did you have to do any specific training for this particular role?
The crime scene investigation role has a very extensive training program that involves a lot of book work. There are practical examinations to test and see whether or not you're competent in those areas that you were trained in, to include various different things that you may encounter on crime scenes like photography, bloodstain pattern analysis, shooting reconstruction. There's also written examinations and then a mock trial at the conclusion of that training program.
So it's fairly extensive.
Very.
Okay. So as far as your role in this case, could you tell the jury what you did?
So in this case, I responded to the autopsy for Mr. Cyrus Carmack-Belton in order to photograph and collect and document any evidence that may have been necessary to receive for the case.
Is that fairly standard in these kind of cases?
It is.
And I'm showing defense within marked identifications of stage 7 or 81.
No, because where they chased him down, there wasn't a camera over there. I know, right? No pun intended, Jenny. Why can't I hear the two? Why is my volume not working on the two? What the? Oh, Lord. Oh, no. The TV's not working. Why is my TV not working?
Identification purposes, state exhibit 74, 75, 77, and 78. Without showing them, you look through those and let me know if you recognize what those are.
Yeah, I think it fell out of his hoodie when he fell down. I don't think we don't think he ever pulled the gun out, not intentionally.
Yes, these are photographs that I took of evidence or at the actual autopsy.
That you specifically took, right?
That's correct.
Do they look materially different from the photos that you took that day, or they changed at all?
They are not.
Okay. And at this time, the state would offer into evidence states 78, 77, 76, 74, and 75.
No objection.
RW United States 74, 75, 76, 77, 78.
Permission to publish?
He didn't do anything in the store. They just thought he took 4 water bottles. And they asked him before he left the store, did you take anything? And he said no. And he walked out. And then they decided to chase him. And he was like, what the heck, you're chasing me? And he took off running. And then they shot him.
Courts and Jordan's, Your Honor.
It's wild. So the defense made it sound like when they gave their opening statement, they made it sound like this kid stole something.
Mr. Dewey, could you tell us what we're looking at?
And had a gun on him and
This would be a photograph of the projectile that was
pointed the
collected
gun
at
at
autopsy.
them. And they were in self-defense.
You got
shot
it
him.
from, where'd you get it from? Who'd you get it
When in
from?
I
actuality, the
received
video
it via a
contradicted
chain of
that
custody
entire
form
narrative.
from the coroner's office.
Could you-
It's really, really sad.
76,
And he was 14.
75 minutes. Could you tell us what we're looking at here?
This would be a shoe that was collected from the autopsy that was said to have belonged to the victim.
And yeah. And is that the same item, just a different angle?
That's correct.
And can you show 77?
Yeah, it is really sad.
Here.
The defense is trying to justify it because the kid had
If I may
a
refer to
weapon,
my notes so I make sure I tell you correctly.
but no one knew that until after the fact. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of that matters.
That would be an injury that I photographed to the right shin.
The right shin of the victim in the case.
That's correct.
Could you tell us what this is?
That is just another angle of that same injury to the right shin of the victim.
Courts and Jordans. While you were at the coroner's office, did you notice anything on the victim's body? Did you notice anything on him at all, as far as on his, did you notice anything?
Do you mean like clothing items, injuries?
When you got there, was he clothed or was he unclothed?
The victim was nude at the autopsy.
What, if anything, did you notice on his back?
I noticed an injury to the victim's back.
Was it something?
No,
that you took a
the
photo of?
gun was actually found
It was.
on the ground.
Would you recognize that photo if I showed it to you?
I would.
But it
Your Honor, the state's
seemed like it was
approaching,
in his hoodie
the witness
pocket,
was marked by identification purposes.
and
The state's
they're claiming that he pointed it at them. But now we're thinking, after seeing all this evidence, it must have flown out of his
I do.
hoodie
Are
as he
those
was
photos
falling
that,
from being shot.
You took,
They are.
are they materially different from the photos? Do they look changed in any way?
They do not look changed.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would offer Exhibit 81 and States 81 and 80 as evidence.
Well, Your Honor, our objection is that he's not going to be questioned about what it is. If you want to introduce a photograph, but this is a medical question for the pathologist. And so I don't think this witness is competent to characterize what it is. So I have an objection. Don't object to the admissibility of the picture per se if he took it. I do object to any further testimony. Yeah, and Your Honor, I simply, so I don't have to get up again.
It will be admitted as states 80 and 81.
Thank you.
Okay. Permission to publish?
Yes, sir.
Was this what you saw in the victim's back?
It is.
Was it what you took a photo of?
It is.
And is that the same thing that you noticed in the victim's back, just different photo?
Yeah, it's just a closer photo.
Court's indulgence. When you were there, did you observe any diagrams for the victim?
The
Yeah, they
pathologist
didn't.
produced
They
a
didn't have
diagram
to.
of
It
the
was really
victim's injuries
stupid.
for me.
Okay. Did you observe any scans of the victim?
There was an X-ray performed on the victim.
Would you recognize a photo of that if I showed it to you?
I would.
Your Honor, the state's approaching the witness with what's been marked by the state's exhibit 79.
And Your Honor, I have a slightly different objection, but the same objection. This is a photograph he didn't take. It's a photograph he saw. He can't.
Oh, he's testified to that, yes.
Okay. I'll remain standing.
Do you recognize what I've handed you?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
It is a photograph of the X-ray that I took.
It's a photo that you took.
And Your
That
Honor,
is correct.
My objection is he didn't take it. He saw it at the autopsy. That's for the pathologist.
You said he took a photo of.
He did take a photo, but he didn't know what he was taking a photo of. That's my point, Your Honor.
He thought, didn't get the photo overall.
So it's a photo that you took.
That is correct.
Does what I've handed you, does it look substantially similar to the photo you took that day?
That is correct.
You know, this time, the state would offer state 79 to evidence.
All right. It'll be admitted as state 79, subject to whatever that objection was.
Whatever that objection was. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Whatever
And
that
where we
objection was.
see it here?
That is the photograph I took of the X-ray.
Wow.
And lastly, Your Honor, I'm approaching the witness with what's been marked for identification purposes as state exhibit 9.
Wow. They are showing everything.
Do you recognize what I've just handed you?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This would be the package I submitted to evidence containing the projectile collected from autopsy.
Was it something that was it you who collected it from the coroner?
Yes.
Are you going to open it without any gloves?
Where did you take it after you collected it from the coroner's office?
It was immediately transported to our headquarters.
Did you do anything with it between the coroner's office and your headquarters?
I did not.
You just took it from the coroner's to Richland County?
That is correct.
Okay. Your Honor, this time the state would offer State's Exhibit 9 into evidence only for identification purposes and projectile.
No objection, Your Honor.
Be admitted as state 9 without objection.
No further questions, Your Honor. Please answer anything from the defense.
Mr. Dooley, did you go to the, I'm not clear on this, may have been clear to the jury, I was having more trouble hearing you at my age, I guess. Did you go to the scene of this incident?
I did not.
Okay. But you did go to the pathologist's office where the autopsy was held?
That is correct.
So your job was, as you've said, to just take some photographs, collect some evidentiary items, is that right?
That's correct.
And among those items, you collected the things you testified to, and you took photographs, though we don't have them, you have them, I assume, of a backpack.
If I may reference, make
Sure,
sure.
absolutely.
I did not have a backpack.
Sorry?
I did not collect a backpack or
Did not.
photograph one.
Did you collect all of his clothing items?
All that were present at autopsy.
Did they include a hoodie sweatshirt,
They did.
red,
Yes.
with a picture on the front?
Yes.
And did that have a pocket on the front, big pocket?
It did.
Hands or whatever?
It did.
All right. Did you find anything in there?
Inside the hoodie pocket?
Yeah.
I did not.
Find any money? Nothing?
I did not.
Do you have a pair of pants, shorts, pants, long pants?
He was wearing or had black pants and blue and black shorts.
These long pants and shorts?
He had both.
Okay, had both of them. You find any money or other wallet, credit cards in that item?
I did not.
In the shoes, did you collect both shoes or one shoe?
I collected one shoe.
Okay, we have exhibit 75, which has been admitted. That's one, that's the side view of the shoe, I guess.
Yes.
Then you've got 76, which is the top view of the shoe.
That would be correct.
The top shoe is laced, but would you agree that that's loosely tied?
It appears tied to me. I can't tell whether or not it would be tightly tied or not.
You don't know the difference between loose and tight, but okay. You didn't find any money, wallet, credit cards, or any items, anything in the shoes?
No, sir.
So of all you collected at the autopsy in his personal belongings, no cash money,
None that I observed.
no credit cards,
No, sir.
no wallet,
No, sir.
no ID.
No, sir.
Thank you. Anything on redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you step down. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, I think now is a good time to break for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to excuse you to go to lunch. We will, let's be back ready to go at 2 o'clock. And again, don't discuss the case with one another or do any research or anything of that nature. And enjoy lunch. We'll see you all back at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. So Mackenzie Sharilla
say that Sharilla's clock started October 23rd, 2023.
is apparently, I don't know if you remember this case, but this is the one where she drove her car into a building with her boyfriend and friend into the building at 100 miles an hour.
Get more of a perspective on a story, more than what we can give you on Channel 19, where we can bring you 2-3 minutes worth of a story. Here we can really get into the details. You're going to hear full interviews on a given topic. Today,
this story has fascinated me.
That continues to evolve, the tragedy that took the life of 2 young men in Strongsville. We're, of course, talking about Mackenzie Sharilla, who was convicted in 2023.
This is the story that is also got a documentary on Netflix called The Crash.
100 miles an hour, never hitting the brakes and slamming into a sign and the side of a brick building. That crash killed her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and their friend, Davian Flanagan. Since then, it has been a series of emotional trials and hearings.
Our foods are horrible.
Mackenzie has since been convicted of 2 counts of murder, sentenced to prison for life, with her first chance of parole coming at 15 years. But it's more than that. Her attorney's now asking for an appeal. This week, we heard from the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office, who said that they feel confident that any court that looks at the overwhelming evidence will uphold her conviction. Before we hear from Dominic's sister, Christine Russo, let's get into this appeal process. We're going to talk to Dominic's sister, who is working on Dom's law,
we have to get everything imported here, and it doesn't come
cannot profit
fresh
from her quote-unquote fame while she sits in prison. But first, let's get to Arvasi Porcos, who is looking at this latest attempt for an appeal by her attorneys while she sits in prison.
The evidence was overwhelming. Surveillance video.
Yeah, the girl never hit the brake. Look at that car. Look at that.
Miles per hour, that never once hit the brakes. In 2023, a judge found.
Yes, I watched this from the beginning. Yeah.
Her boyfriend Dominic Russo and their friend Davian Flanagan. She was sentenced to life in prison with eligibility.
I have been fascinated with this from jump.
Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate.
But now, Sharilla is asking the Ohio Supreme Court to take a look at her case after her previous appeals were denied, not because of new evidence or a legal bombshell, but because of one day. Court records show her attorneys missed the deadline to file a legal challenge to her conviction by a single day. The reason? They forgot 2024 was a leap year. Under Ohio law, convicted defendants have exactly 365 days after their trial transcripts are filed to challenge her conviction.
And her parents are horrible, Jenny. Did you watch the Netflix special?
On October 24th, 2024.
Her parents are just disgusting.
On April 27, 2026, with the Ohio Supreme Court. They argue the clock should have started later, pointing to a separate transcript filed weeks after the trial's record. Her attorneys also say she would have been acquitted in her murder case had she received the effective assistance of counsel. The Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office feels this latest appeal should be tossed out. On Wednesday, they released a statement, making it clear they believe that Mackenzie Sharilla is guilty of murder. The statement goes on to say, "We are confident that any court that reviews this case will come to the same conclusion." The Ohio Supreme Court has not yet decided whether it will even.
Yeah, and you can tell
the first parole hearing is scheduled for 2037.
That Davion was trying to.
So that's where the appeal
get up
process
front.
stands, and that's all happening as we speak. These last couple of weeks, this is all played out. Now, of course, there is the Netflix documentary that has brought so much
because he was
notoriety
so
to this case,
close, like that you can tell he was trying to stop
quote unquote fame or status of Mackenzie Sharilla, the teenager convicted in this case. And it is Dom's sister, Christine Russo, who is very concerned about the fact that Mackenzie and her family are so adept at social media and potentially making hundreds, if not thousands of dollars with this case going viral, national, worldwide because of that Netflix documentary. And Dom's sister is not going to take this laying down. She is going to and is putting up a fight. We're going to get into that fight after we come back from a short break.
I don't think they made a decision on her. I don't think she's getting a retrial. I want to say she's not. Let me double check, but I don't think Shonda is getting a retrial.
No, I need you to pick it off while you're in jail right now.
But her attorney threw himself under the bus for her so that she could get a new trial. She was denied. Shonda Vander Ark was denied.
Nobody's going to ask you any questions. Nobody's going to bother you.
I know, yeah. So, yeah, Davion had to have been trying to get up front to
and welcome back to From
stop
Someone
her.
Who Knows. We continue to follow.
That's
the
why
case
he
of
was
Mackenzie Shirilla, the teenage girl from Strongsville who was convicted
it's just
of 2
horrible.
counts of murder for purposely.
And that's why he
running
was
her
on that
car at
side of the
100 miles an
car.
hour into a brick sign and then a brick building. That crash killed her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, Dom Russo, and his friend, Davion Flanagan.
Oh,
Now,
and in the
issue of
documentary,
Netflix
she
documentary
is
and the social media status of
something
Mackenzie
else. And her
Shirilla and her
parents,
family, should she be able to profit while she sits in prison. The state of Ohio has a Son of Sam law. This is a law that's been in place for quite a few years. It says that anyone in prison convicted of such a felony like murder cannot sell book rights, TV rights, movie
but her
rights,
parents
interviews.
can.
They cannot make money from those areas. But that law was obviously put in place before social media, before the chance to monetize your name, your image, and get out there and, in this case, be able to maybe still monetize and make money while Mackenzie is sitting in prison. That does not sit well with Christine Russo. One of the reasons we call this segment From Someone Who Knows is we bring you full interviews from somebody who's wrapped up in this, somebody who knows more about this than any of us can even imagine. So here is the full interview of Christine Russo and her mission to get past what she's calling Dom's Law. Take a look.
I had the idea a couple of weeks ago. The background of it is that, so my brother's murderer, who I will not name, she has been obsessed with herself and being social media famous from the very beginning. That seems to be all she cares about. Super self-absorbed. Even right after she killed my brother, she laid in a hospital bed making TikToks within hours of killing 2 people. They sat there on Instagram trying to get modeling gigs hours after killing 2 people. Seems to be listening to the calls. That's pretty much all they care about. Her mom's telling her to write a book. They very much go back and forth, laughing about how famous this case has gotten. Things like that. So a couple weeks ago, I was just thinking,
that's crazy.
How I could stop that. Well, first it was like, how would I feel if she got out? Hopefully she doesn't get out, but if she got out, how would I feel if she became Gypsy Rose and, she has
Oh
the same
God,
position?
Gypsy Rose,
It would
that chick.
be infuriating. Like, I don't know how to even express how that would make our family feel if she got notoriety.
I don't think Gypsy Rose should be out.
So I came up with, it's
But
called
who am I?
Dom's Law, Victims Before Influencers. modernizing the son of Sam's law. So in the state of Ohio, the son of Sam's law is basically it prevents criminals from profiting off of their crimes, violent criminals. But that was written in the 1970s. So that basically covered like book sales or writing of books, journals, news, news articles, things of that sort. Now it's 2026 and there's social media, and it's time to relook at these laws. This law would cover social media. So the victims before influencers is that no victim's family should have to watch the person who killed their loved one turn that crime into attention, followers, donations, sponsorships, merchandise, paid interviews, documentaries, social media income, or other personal benefits. This would basically protect, it would make it so Kenzie, when she came out, my brother's murderer, wasn't able to profit or get rich and famous. Trying to find loopholes and things of the sort would cover TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, podcasts, and affiliate links. And it is going to go into, it will go into, I know you can cut this out, hold on. So this is a good, please put this one in here. For notoriety seeking offenders, attention itself is the ultimate currency. Convicted violent offenders can easily convert public attention into paid clicks, live stream gifts, merchandise, paid appearances, and crowdfunding, often hiding these profits behind family members, fan pages, LLCs, or other loopholes. Our current laws are outdated because they're written long before social media. So this is something that's going to hopefully prevent her or the family finding any loopholes into getting her fame and fortune when she gets out.
So you just want to modernize this law a little bit, like you said, because it's 2026.
It needs to be relooked at. So modernizing, I would call it the DOMS law, or really create its own law in itself.
You want to create a law.
Yes.
Called Dom's Law.
Yes.
With all of this.
Correct.
But it's already Son of Sam's Law, right?
There is a son of Sam's, but this is making a new modernized law, like a completely new one.
Create a new law then, instead of
Yes.
just modernize the law that there already is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
And call it Dom's Law.
Yes, and of course, Davion is a part of this as well. This would also be with him too. I am going to change probably the name and put him on it. I like the name of Dom's Law, but I'm going to put Davion in as well.
Yeah. And I was looking at the petition that you had online, like, so you put a few bullet points. So, require disclosure, give courts parole board authority to impose individualized conditions, block earnings and benefits, like you were just saying, allow or cover non-cash perks, etc., and like apply to limited set of serious violent offenses. So there's some bullet point list like that you'd want to add to that, right? Is that what you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. So I saw that on the petition that you have more than 15,000 signatures. How does that make you feel?
It's awesome. There's actually 16,125 signatures as of right now. And I think I just put it out a little over 12 hours ago-ish. In the middle of the night, I popped it out. The support behind everybody with supporting our family and Dom and Davion and the victims, it really overpowers all, the negativity that I've seen or anything that the Sharillas have to say. So I'm so happy with that. There's hundreds of comments as well. People leaving videos on the site, strangers, complete strangers that are like leaving, their condolences. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with how it's going in the short amount of time.
Do you hope it continues to grow?
I don't want to stop this until it becomes a law. So I'm hoping it continues to grow. I need to reach our state reps. So I would like if anybody has any connections or anything like that, or any suggestions, because this is all new for me. I've never tried to get a law passed. So if anybody has any suggestions, or let me know. But if anybody's watching this and want to be a part of it also, please reach out to me. My email is thebigsisterunhinged@outlook.com.
I was just gonna ask too, what would be the next step to get this to lawmakers then?
Once we obtain enough signatures, then we call for either, I think, the House or the Senate to see it, and then it goes from there.
How many do you need?
I'm not sure. I could Google it.
That's
I mean,
okay.
I tried to Google it last night and I couldn't find it. It was very like vague. So I have another, hold on one second. How many? It came right up in Ohio. So I have, let me get her name really quick. Hold on, guys, because I want to give her, she actually really helped me and did it. Her name is, all right.
Oh, the person that created the petition.
Yeah, her mom was murdered and she started this herself. I think her mother was murdered in 2024 and she got a law passed. So she reached out to me and is helping me with DOMS.
So did you create this law or her?
Well, I
You
created it.
created it,
She just kind
started
of,
the petition.
yes, like
Okay.
helped me.
So you kind of coded it.
Yes.
together.
Yep. So she is a nonprofit that helped me put it out there, basically like get it together for me, show me the ropes. But it's the Silver Lining of Hope Incorporated, founded by Megan Tomlinson in honor of her mom, Leslie Hope Houston, who was killed in 2024. So she is, she just showed me what to do, basically. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. When you look at the Son of Sam's law or Sam of Sons, that law, and
Mhm.
you're comparing it to this new law, this modernized version for Dom's law, is there anything you want to be taken off or just kind of add to it?
Just add to it. So when it was written, it was basically, like I said, just about violent criminals not profiting off of their crimes. But there was no social media or even internet, I don't think then. So it needs to be like completely relooked at and rewritten. There are so many loopholes nowadays that these criminals are getting around. I've had people reach out to me, and since I posted it 12 hours ago, I've had multiple people reach out to me and say, like, my family member so-and-so was murdered and their murderer came out and made reels about it and, got TikTok famous or things like that. So within hours, I've already gotten a huge amount of people like, oh, this has happened to them. So it's not just a Dom thing. You know what I mean? It's like this really happens. And especially with social media nowadays, with the obsession with true crime and what's it called? Beautifying, that's the word I'm looking for. Sensationalizing murderers and serial killers. You know what I'm saying? It's a taboo thing people are interested in. So nowadays, it definitely needs to be relooked at and redone.
No, I don't think I have any more questions. Is there anything else you would like to add that we missed, or maybe what do you think Dom would think about this if you were here seeing this?
Dom, I think would be all for it. Like I couldn't even begin to explain what I think that he would think. But what I really can't wait is to see her face and her family's face when they hear about this and when it gets signed into a law and they can't profit anymore off of my brother's murder. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, really. That'll really just burst their bubble, I think, because that's kind of all they care about. In the calls, you can even hear her when my brother's murderer gets upset and her mother says, oh, just use this to go write your book. Just start writing that book. And I interviewed 2 inmates yesterday on my podcast. And the one told me, Cheyenne told me, that Kenzie, my brother's murderer, is writing a book for this reason, and that she plans on getting out shortly and she's a model. She is set on that, becoming famous. She's explained this and stated this to her prison, like fellow inmates and things like that. So she's going to be pretty upset if this gets passed.
Does that make you bad hearing that? That she wants to do all this stuff?
Yes, because Dom didn't have a chance to. He didn't have a chance to do anything, and she ended his life. I don't think she understands the severity of her crime at all. Like Dom's never coming back, and why in a million years would you think you can get out of jail? Why would you even want, I don't know. If she felt bad or remorseful or guilty, I don't think she'd be sitting there planning her future, like with modeling and, I don't know. There's just no remorse.
Again, that was the full interview with Christine Russo. That is Dominic Russo's older sister. She is working on his behalf to try and get Dom's law passed. She does not want Mackenzie Shirilla to be able to profit in any way. The state of Ohio does have a Son of Sam law, of course, named after the serial killer, that says murderers, convicted felons of violent crimes cannot sell movie rights, book rights, cannot get paid for interviews. But that law obviously is quite a bit old and does not cover social media. Christine Russo is exactly right. This may be a loophole, and I imagine there will be lawmakers who will readily snap this up and get this passed. I can't see there being an issue. This would be a law that will have bipartisan
Did you see
support.
her dad was
More than
on
likely,
TMZ?
and should be an easy pass.
I
They
mean,
can't
and her
make
dad
money
is a
off of
teacher.
selling a
And he
book.
got
They should be
fired
able to make
because of that
money,
Netflix documentary.
according to Christine Russo, by selling their story on social media as it's been monetized. So that's a very passionate interview. Clearly a sister who wants to continue on the legacy of her brother.
You know what's crazy is
and that
his
of
family
Davion
is
Sanders.
actually like
Again, she is someone who knows.
they
This is a segment
they
we do
still
every
they
week.
still
We
even
have
feel
previous
sorry for her
episodes that you can
sometimes. Like they're
watch.
like she
They
was in the
span all
accident
different
too,
kinds of topics.
and
There is a
they
QR
even
code
still
that
feel
will take
sympathy
you
for her
to
on occasion because they're like
clevelandnq.com to watch past episodes.
because
from
she was part of
someone
their
who
family.
knows. That's going to wrap it up for this week's segment.
So-
I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. I hope you have a good afternoon. And this has been From Someone Who Knows.
So they even feel for her sometimes. They're even like, you know, we think about her, but I mean, I think that's sad. That they have to be in that position. But they were there with her after the accident. They So the woman that, hold on, I was gonna show you. She was in court. I don't know if it was today though. On. Yeah, she was in court. Yeah, it's really sad. It's a terrible situation. I just think oh, so this is not, is it Lindsay Shriver?
Good morning, Your Honor. May I proceed?
Yes, please.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2026. This is the fourth criminal session at Plymouth Superior Court before the Honorable Justice William Sullivan. Your Honor, the matter before the court is docket number 2383CR00198, Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. Ms. Clancy is present by way of Zoom. Counsel is present in the courtroom. Your Honor, counsel, if you could please state your name for the record. We can start with the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Jennifer Sprague for the Commonwealth.
Tree Sprague, good morning.
Shannon Buckingham, also for the Commonwealth.
Tree Buckingham, good morning.
Morning, Judge Kevin Reddington on behalf of Ms. Clancy, who obviously is with us in Zoom.
Hi, Mr. Reddington, good morning, and Ms. Clancy, good morning. All right, so this is really more of just a status type conference. I just kind of wanted to see where we are in regards to discovery issues, and then also discuss kind of what we're going to do the next date, which would be the final trial conference in June 18th?
June 18th.
All right, so I just kind of want, I had that different date in my head, but I just wanted to confirm that. All right, so I guess first off, where are we in regards to the discovery? I understand that the examiner's report was filed. So, Commonwealth?
Yes, 1 out of the 3 examiners' reports were filed. Dr. Mack is working on his report, should have it to us sometime next week. Dr. Satos is interviewing the defendant tomorrow, and then again should have his report either next week or the week after. And then I think discovery will be complete on the Commonwealth's part. At that point, we turned over a last little bit of discovery regarding toxicology from the autopsies of the children this week. That was the only thing from the lab outstanding. So that's all set. The records from Mass General Hospital and Quinnipiac have come in. We just asked that the court order that we can inspect and copy them, both parties.
Counsel, any objection to that?
No.
All right, so both parties may be allowed to inspect and copy those records.
Thank you. I also have I provided defense counsel a copy of our active witness list, so the court has an idea of how many people could potentially testify. I addressed one thing with defense counsel this morning. You'll note that there are 168 witnesses. A lot of that has to do with the Commonwealth versus Gordon case and the lab requiring that we call a lot of foundational witnesses, but we've been talking to defense counsel about that. And one thing that we wanted to put on the record this morning regarding NMS labs, that's a private lab that tested some of the defendant's blood. In order to get those results in under Gordon, we would have had to call, I think, approximately 12 witnesses and fly them in from out of state. Defense counsel, I believe, is not, well, I'll let you speak for yourself.
Thank you. Your Honor, I understand the Gordon case, obviously. I could put the government's feet to the fire, so to speak, and have them bring in literally every single witness that had anything to do with the care, custody, control, testing of the blood. I do not do that as a matter of course unless it's relevant material to my defense, which it is not in this case. So I told the DA that I would not be requiring them to bring 12 people in just to say that someone had the blood sample, chain of custody, somebody put it under a microscope, and they're going to have, I think, one witness that would probably testify to what the findings were. So we'll be agreeable on that.
All right.
And the others have been summoned, so if anything changes, we would make arrangements to bring them in.
I have, just so Your Honor knows, probably around 50 witnesses, but most of them are civilian witnesses. We've been very, very cooperative on both sides as far as exchanging reports and documents and evidence and things of that nature. And there seems to be an overlap on a number of the witnesses on the civilian side that's in the government's list is in my list, so it won't be that bad. It's not going to be that good, but it's not going to be that bad.
All right. How about from the defendant's standpoint in regards to discovery? Where do we stand in regards to that?
I will say that I have found the DA's office to be extremely responsive. I made a phone call about a month ago and requested opportunity to look at physical evidence. They had it all set up for me to go in. They were very accommodating, and Ben Sprague sends me an email or two once or twice a week with more discovery. So I'm good with the discovery.
All right. So
I'm sorry, I would just ask, and now that discovery is complete on the Commonwealth side, other than the 2 doctors' reports, I would just ask for reciprocal discovery in terms of any reports of investigators regarding the potential witnesses.
I don't have any. I never do.
Okay. All right. All right. So it seems to me the thing we're really kind of waiting on right now would be those final 2 examiner's reports. And then I guess the question I'd have, I probably know the answer, but is there going to be any objection to both parties with the exchange of each other's reports?
No, we've already started that.
Okay, that's what I figured. But I just, under the rule, I just wanted to make sure that's kind of where we were. So is there anything we need to address today that the parties think we should kind of deal with?
There were a couple of things that I just wanted to bring to the court's attention. One, Jessica Kenny from the Sheriff's Department had reached out about the June 18th date and whether the defendant would be here in person. It was my understanding that after today, she would be appearing in person for all dates.
Could I respectfully interrupt? I apologize. I have been ordered to start a trial in federal court that Monday, whatever that day is, the 15th, I think. Joseph Keresy is the case. It was advanced. So I just want to let you know, I'll ask the judge if, are we on at 2 o'clock?
10 a.m.
Yeah. Can we put it on tentatively for 2? Because she might let me leave at, like 1, and then I can come down here for 2. I'm pretty sure it's carved in stone. It's definitely going. I'm starting one Monday in there too, and it's just going to go back to back. So I just wanted to raise that issue right now rather than wait until the day before,
Why don't we go back and address that? Because I think that's the discussion on that may best be done at sidebar, because it's going to talk about some medical issues and things like that. So put that one on hold. What else? Any other issues?
So what Attorney Kenny was asking for was that if the HABE is sent to Tewksbury, that a copy also be sent to her, because the Sheriff's Department is providing transportation.
Right. Yeah.
For those.
We can do that. So any HABEs that go out to Tewksbury, a copy will be also made to the Sheriff's Department, because we talked about, they'll be providing transportation in their van from Tewksbury to the court, and then from the court back to Tewksbury.
Right, which has been very, very acceptable, and they've been very good, very great on their transportation.
All right. So, Colin, what else?
So motions in limine are due next week on the 4th. We will be filing a motion for review. We have been in touch with the homeowner, the current homeowner. He does plan on objecting, and we'll have counsel here. So I just wanted to give the court notice that there will be a hearing on that.
On the 18th?
On the 18th.
Oh, we'll have a hearing on that, for sure.
Their accents are
All right.
tripping me out.
So we'll
I'm not jumping in on that one.
Yeah, that'll be one of the hearings one of the issues we'll talk about on the 18th.
And I'll provide a copy of our motion to the homeowner's attorney.
Okay.
It's making me think of Welcome Back, Kotta. That old
Almost anything else that you see?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Reddington?
I don't think so. I mean, the 18th obviously will address the issues that you said about any medical issues and things of that nature. No, I can't think of much of anything. The only concern I have is the motion in limines that are due next week. I don't know, honestly, if I'll be able to get them done by next week because I am starting that trial in federal court. But on the other hand, I can't really think of many defense motions in limine, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I know that the court would give me some latitude on that.
Well, why don't we do this thing? File what you have by, what's it, the 4th? Due on the 4th? By the 4th. Commonwealth, file yours, what you have done by the 4th. Part of the reason I think that we had that final trial conference, about a month really before we actually start the trial, was because of things like this. So that we can, address whatever motions and eliminate the best we can at that point. So, just make your best effort. Counsel's experience, all 3 counsels very experienced, so I think you'll be able to kind of get what you can done by then. And if not, if you need a little bit more time, the 18th is not going to be, it's not going to be a problem because we're a month still out from trial.
And we also have a secondary final
Right.
pre-trial date the week before trial.
Right. So I think I'm not that concerned about, but the sooner you can get them to me, the better. And the sooner to get it to each other, obviously. But my hope would be to address as many of them as we can on the 18th. So everybody has a good idea of what's in, what's not in. If we have to address later ones on that the final date, which is the 13th, we can do that. All right.
So drastic.
Anything else?
What about jury issues?
I thought we could discuss that on the 18th. I think that's, procedures,
Yes.
questions, questionnaire,
Right.
how we're going to do that. Even just straight procedures of, where it's going to be done or, what sidebar, things like that, how we're going to do that. I think that's probably something we can deal with.
The sidebar issue is resolved. They told me that it rises up and down, so I think we're good on that.
Yeah. And so just kind of logistical questions about how we're going to do it, but mainly about questions. So if anybody has suggested questions, I know some have been filed already. I'll try and have kind of a working model when we come in on the 18th and we can kind of talk about that.
Yeah, I think I filed my proposed questions in a questionnaire if you're inclined to do that. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Commonwealth will file theirs by the 4th.
That's fine. All right. Other than the question about June 18th, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
No, thank you.
All right. So could I see a sidebar over here? Maybe if we can.
Lindsay Clancy starts her trial. Well, I'm sure that's when they start jury selection. And remember, she's the one that killed her 3 children with exercise bands. And then she tried to take her own life unsuccessfully, obviously, because she's going on trial. She sent her husband to go get takeout, and he came home and found his children deceased and her severely injured. She had jumped off the balcony, I think, is what she did. So, yeah, this is wild that they sound like welcome back, Kata. Kata, welcome back, Kata. I think it was called Welcome Back, Carter, but they said Kata all the time on the show. It had John Travolta in it and some little short guy. I can't remember, but he used to do a spin around. It was hilarious. It was a funny show. Oh, I hope Kim's okay. She had court last week, but I haven't been able to catch up because this week's the first time I've been able to get on here. Obviously because we moved and there wasn't any trials, but I hope her court dates went okay. And I hope Mark's doing okay today. He usually is on here. But we're praying for them. Praying for everybody. I'm like the worst ranked on YouTube. I need to get back to making some videos. I might start doing that again. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I am got to go for the day. Sorry, we're not going to get to watch the rest of the Chow trial. I have things to do today, but I am glad we got to spend half the day together. So I hope that your cream soda turns out amazing, Gwen. I hope that you have an amazing time with your granddaughter, Jenny Peach. and anybody else that joined. I appreciate it so much. I hope you like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell so that you know when upcoming lives are happening. And if they're having trial tomorrow, we will be here for it. But again, this is an odd back and forth. This defense team is super weird and super combative, but we will try to be here for it. And yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone for joining. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next video. 감사합니다.